Drake's fingernails this weekend. And men were like, yo, what is this? What's going on with the youth? Men need to be men. I was just like, guys.
It's not that serious.
It's not that serious. This is like earrings.
Yeah.
Like at a certain point, men started wearing earrings.
Right.
And
I'm
everybody
pretty sure
hated
everybody
it.
was like,
Yeah.
gay,
Yeah.
gay, 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 gay. Still don't know what Saga feels like in the nighttime. What does it feel like? Because Peel Police are not fun. So there's a little fear.
I don't know. It
know
feels
what?
like the last time I spent Saga in the nighttime was when I was younger. And
When you were just a lad.
Yeah, just
a
a
wee
lad.
lad.
Just a
wee
wee
lad.
lad.
A wee lad.
Peel Police have nothing better to do.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing
yeah.
better to do.
I actually did always feel way more stress in Peel than I did in Scarborough.
Trust me. Trust
What the
me.
hell's up with that?
Yeah, no. It's definitely a thing out there.
But yeah, I feel like you just chill outside and drive around.
What is there to
and
do in
be-
Saga? Yeah.
Be near Tim Hortons.
Oh,
and,
God. So it's basically
I don't know.
Woodbridge.
Yeah.
It's just another Woodbridge.
It's pretty, yeah.
As the Saga representative, I can't let you guys.
Ah, okay.
I was
This guy's
born
an
and
acorn
raised-
man, eh? Jeez.
Hey, man.
This guy's born at 5 and 10? That's crazy.
So I've heard, though, that Mississauga is one of the few cities in North America that is actually not in debt. It's actually, they've made money.
Yeah, because we
That
always
old lady,
had a
wasn't it?
friggin' mayor that knew what
believe
the
it.
fuck she
That
was doing.
old lady, no?
I think she
Yeah.
was.
Did she die?
Hazel. Shout out Hazel.
She died,
I
right?
heard they were
R.I.P.
selling.
Damn. R.I.P. Hazel. She looked like Sue Johansson, who also died. R.I.P. My dog. My dog, Sue.
I don't know what they do in Saga now, but back in the early 2010s, it was a time.
It was a time.
Yeah.
Early Anco days.
But what?
before the Marilyn Monroe buildings, it was a time.
Ah,
Yes.
so that's what.
Yes.
So that's what changed the atmospheres. The strippers is what you're saying.
They do all live
And the
there.
scammers?
The
Yeah,
strippers and the
They all live
scammers
there.
changed the temperature.
Okay, so we are not the same age. So in 2010, what were you guys doing then? Because you were still in your teens.
hanging out at Square One,
Okay, so
Okay.
same
going to
thing.
that movie
Yeah, that's what-
theater,
Same thing.
the bus terminal by
Yeah.
Square
Thing.
One.
Yeah,
like I think it's
That's
the
what-
same everywhere.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
different
that's what I used to do
locations,
when
yeah.
I was
Go to the
in
Y.
high school in under 20 or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm saying at nighttime there wasn't really much to do, and like
Yeah.
so McDonald's on Bermanthorpe was like the only thing. If you're in the Square One area, that was the only thing that would stay open all the time.
By my time on the weekend, Celebration Square was there already, so you kind of could go there if you wanted to.
true.
They'd
Yeah.
like show movies and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's true.
no
that's
one's
kind
really
of
watching that, but that's just like the link up spot
that's kind of hard.
in the summer. At
That's
least.
one of the first places I met you.
It was, yes.
That was probably one of the
Really?
first. I think that might
That
be the
was
first place I
time.
met you.
It
Yeah,
was.
first place I ever met. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a legend in the building.
Whoa.
We got a guy. This guy is Himothy Chalamet. All right,
Timothy.
Himothy Chalamet. All right.
He is him.
like
He
that.
is him. Him Kardashian. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Tresor in the building.
Thank you guys for having me.
1/3 of Relentless Diaries.
Shout out the squad.
Shout out the squad. Shout out Clyde. Shout out Zoe. They record right above us.
Yes.
You got three of like
At
the
the
best
same time.
podcasts in the city in the same building. I just want to let you guys
Right,
know
right.
that. I just want to flex real quick.
What's the third one?
Got 4 y'all right
Oh,
across
4
the
y'all.
hallway.
A word?
They're right around. Yeah, they're that next room right beside us.
I
That's
feel
where
like whenever they're in Toronto.
Yeah. Well, they come in, they do like they bank a couple episodes and then
Yeah.
do their thing. But Relentless, you guys just started weekly,
Yeah.
right? How's
A
that?
few weeks ago. It's been cool. Giving me something to do in the evenings. I just be at home.
Right? Isn't this like one of the most consistent things you ended up doing in your life?
Yeah.
It's so weird how that works.
Yeah.
This We've been doing it 6 years now.
It's supposed to be 6, isn't
4?
I would say
5?
Five.
5 years. It's been 2 years.
No.
3?
I'm 3.5.
3.5. God damn,
That
time
time flies.
flies,
Yeah.
bro.
That's
Yeah,
how it
2020.
flies.
That's
It
crazy.
was beginning of 2020.
Yeah, jeez,
That's crazy,
time
bro.
flies, man.
Time
Yeah,
really does fly. But
It's been
yeah,
fun.
I did meet you at Celebration Square. I feel like I've told the story so many times.
Didn't you bring me gummy bears or something like that?
No, let's not
Someone
get carried
brought
away
me-
now. That wasn't me.
There was a man that brought
I
me
came for
gummy
business.
bears. I'm pretty sure it was you. Still.
It wasn't me. I came
What were
for-
you doing
I
there?
came for
Haribo.
business.
It was a meet and greet.
I came.
Oh, you had a meet and greet.
Yeah,
And
me,
I came
you were
with this
for
determined.
y'all, Slinky, Lath.
Oh,
I think there was somebody else.
Malik G was there.
Malik G.
Shout
Yeah,
out
this was
that's who it
back-
He just
in
got
the
married
day.
Yeah.
recently.
Shout out to Malik, man. Recently married.
Yeah, and I was like 16,
Aw.
and I seen that they were having the meetup, and that's when I wanted to start doing videos. So I came with the purpose of networking. Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
I told everyone, yo,
He was
if
on
you
a
guys
mission
ever
still.
need anybody for anything,
I'm
holla at me.
here.
He
And
kept plugging
Marlon,
it. Like he kept
Marlon
plugging
was
it.
Marlon was the first one to actually hit me for something.
Oh, nice.
And that's
Shout
when
out
me
to
and him
Marlon.
did the Jamaican parent teacher interview.
Yeah. I think was that the first.
That was
No,
the
the
first
first
one.
one we did was
Nah,
with
that was the first one.
dog. I swear the first one we did was the 100
I'm telling
ways
you.
to die. The 100 ways to die with
It was the
Yard Boys.
It was the Jamaican parents, bro.
I gotta
I'm
look
telling you
this
because
up.
I remember because I was still young. My mom insisted that she come downtown with me, and she was waiting at Honest Ed's when I came
Yo.
over to the school.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And I was wearing a Odd Future hoodie, and camel
Really showing
pants.
your age there.
Yeah.
that video is a classic though.
That was a
People
good video.
fucking love that video. I don't think there was a parent teacher interview skit on YouTube yet.
Yeah,
Especially not from like a Jamaican perspective.
there was a good video, and I feel like I don't know if you did it on purpose or
Mm.
not, or you were just lucky that I kind of knew what I was doing because
Mm.
we pretty much just freestyled that whole thing.
That's what I always did.
Yeah.
It was always I always wanted to like work from a place of feeling. So I knew what the goal was at the end of the video, where we needed to get to. And I was like, let's just tell the story naturally. Like, what would happen when I was a kid going to parent-teacher interviews?
Yeah.
At the front of the school, my mom warns me I better not hear nothing I'm not supposed to hear. So tell me everything now. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying you didn't know that I could keep up with that.
Oh no, that's not my concern, because it's like once someone's willing to be in the video, I know that they're gonna at least give effort. And everyone has a bit of actor in them. Everyone's lied. Everyone's lied before, so everyone has a bit of
That's real
actor
shit.
in them.
That's real
So it's like I'm not really worried about like talent level or anything like that, because like the jokes are the setting in itself. It's not even necessarily us. It's the certain situations that we're into that are relatable to people.
to others.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I'm
that's
like, if we go in there and someone's cussing their parent, even if we're Jamaican about it, anybody in any culture is gonna understand what's going on right now.
Yeah.
And that's what my main concern was. And then it just so happened that you were actually funny and talented at the same time. I remember while we were filming, we were just me and Slick were like,
Kid.
go out with Tig still.
Yeah, that was the first time people started like noticing me in public. They're like, yo, you're the guy from Marlon's videos.
That video went crazy. It's at what, 301,000?
That was a good video.
Yeah, that was a good video. Rebecca, I remember Rebecca came in, played as your mom. That was hilarious. Yeah, no, that was good. That was good times. Now you're big leagues.
I know.
Cardi
Is
B
that what we call
reposted.
this?
Hold on.
Yo, man.
Hold on now.
I was over there. I seen it. I screenshotted it and I sent it to the group. I was like, look at it.
Yo, I was so shook because like I woke up. She reposted it like early. It was like 3-4 a.m. I was already asleep.
Yeah.
So I woke up and I just had a bunch of people sending me like Cardi B's story.
You're scared.
what
You're
is it?
shitting yourself.
I was
like,
scared
what the fuck did
I
I
just
do?
opened it and I just saw like my clip. But
Yeah,
I couldn't
but
see
see
what
it-
she said.
yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
Here we
like
go.
I didn't know if she was mad or
Yeah.
if she, you know.
Or if she was for
It
it.
turned out to be cool. So I was like, whew.
I think you do it in such a comedic and obviously comedic way that it's like it doesn't read as ill intent.
Yeah, like I'm not hating. Like
Yeah.
there's literally nothing I do that I'm hating. It's
Yeah.
just you know how people on the internet be.
But it's like
It's
if
also,
you're
you're
shit,
actually nice though.
yeah, if
Yeah,
you're
he's
shit,
not shit.
if
He's
you're
so nice
shit,
with
it
it.
would be it would read different. But you're actually talented in the music space as you are in the comedy space. So people aren't like, he's a dickhead or whatever. Even the basketball players that have reposted your stuff with like the beef. Like if
Giannis-
so and so blah blah blah.
That's funny, and I feel like if
'Cause you're
anyone
saying
was to
some
do
shit.
it, if everyone was to do it, it would be him.
Yeah, you're saying some shit in there
Yeah.
sometimes. Like
It's a-
you
'cause-
are dissing.
Yeah, because the thing when
You are dissing.
yeah,
Tasteful dissing though. Tastefully.
because when I do those type of stuff like the diss tracks and whatever, I feel like I make it a point for it to actually be good
Yeah.
content.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not just like I feel like if it's good, you can appreciate it even if you're getting dissed.
Hell yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a good snap. Like, oh, you got me.
And it's never like nothing crazy.
Yeah,
like,
you're
if
not
I'm
like
doing
talking about
basketball.
families.
If I'm doing basketball disses,
Talking about
disses are
the-
talking about the
Basketball.
in-game
Yeah.
And
stuff.
realistically, the players know what their weaknesses, you know?
Yeah.
And they know what other people are talking about. So
And
I
it's
heard,
not-
yeah, it's not Stephen A. saying
Yeah.
something and then all of a sudden that affects their whole career,
Yeah.
how much money they're going to be making next season, all
Yeah.
those things. No, you're just
It's pretty harmless.
Yeah, it's harmless.
in their eyes.
And most of them, like 99% of them, are like drill songs, and like drill is dissing.
Yeah, diss type
like
music.
it makes sense.
Yeah, I to what you were saying, I was reading how Steph used to go, or he might still, at halftime go on Twitter and
to see what people
are
were saying.
and then he'd either turn it up or turn it down, but depending on what people are saying on Twitter, like that's if
wild.
Steph Curry's doing that,
Yeah.
and he's one of the better players in the world ever.
Yeah.
You got to know the young guys are doing that every quarter. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
you know what I mean? And it's tough when you're under that type of scrutiny, but you're also very well aware of how people feel about you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some celebrities don't search anything. They try not to search shit. They're completely oblivious to it all. Would you be the one to search?
I don't know. I really don't know. I want to say that I don't want to search because like the internet is just so fucking
mean.
wild.
Yeah.
And like
Cold
even
place, man.
I'm not, to me, I'm just very insignificant. But like when I work with these brands and they boost it, there's always some out of pocket comments on the ads. And it's like, shut up.
Yeah.
Like my recent one, it has me and Nola, like, you know, me putting her in a car talking about driving safety and shit. And there's all these fucking white men, so incels, just commenting. Like one person was like, oh, I can pull it up, you know. This person said, I would fucking hate to be your child. I would have hate to grow in your womb.
See? You can't do anything right, like completely right.
You can't beat the internet.
It's a very humbling lesson in like you can't please everyone. Like if the internet doesn't teach you that, I don't know what will.
Yeah.
I saw Kai Cenat go to his old babysitter, like somebody that used to look after him during the summertime.
Aunt Kathy.
Aunt Kathy.
Kathy.
And he went up to her and he makes his whole video, whole speech. And this guy that doesn't like, he's not really a big talker like that. Like he talks on his stream, but in these sentimental, emotional moments, that's not really him. So you kind of see how uncomfortable he is, but you see that he feels like he needs to do this, right?
Yes.
And he's just like, yeah, man, you know, you looked after me for so long. You got me things that like at times when my mom couldn't afford it and showed me things that I wouldn't have been able to explore when I was a kid. And you got me my first laptop that I ever edited on. Like that's the reason why I'm kind of here. So here's $20,000 and pulled out a dumb stack and put it on the
And just gave her
table.
20K?
Gave her $20K. And she's like, oh no, I can't. Blah, blah. You know, what a nice person would normally say. And he's like, no, you deserve it, blah, blah. I go in the comments, I'm expecting tears, like, ooh, Kai, you're my guy.
Yeah.
Bro, it's people going, why would he give it to her in cash? What the fuck kind of dumb move was that?
People just need a reason
only
to hate.
20,000?
Only.
He only gave her 20K? Wow. He better have more money coming down the line if she did all that for. I'm like, Jesus Christ. First of all,
20,000 is significant.
$20,000 is a
That's
lot
a
of
lot of
money.
money, bro.
That's
I'm telling you.
many trips that I would not have taken if I did not have this money.
The internet has downplayed the value of a dollar.
Dog, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot, bro.
That's a lot of money.
$500 is a lot of money.
If they gave her 20,000 V-Bucks, you know, people would still be like, "Oh, that's crazy, wicked man," or "That sucks." Like, give them 20,000 of anything, people will still
And then the
find an
cash
excuse.
too.
You
They're
know
mad
what I'm
at it being cash, and it's like it's a video.
It's-
You
you
think
have to
he's gonna
see the
give her a
money.
check?
Let me
You think he's
e-transfer
gonna
you.
e-transfer her to 20K in a
even
video?
If
You
you
have to wire
cash
transfer
apped
it.
her to 20K, they'd be like, "What is she, a stripper? What are you doing?"
Oh,
Like, you know what I'm
Photoshop,
saying?
Photoshop.
Yeah.
Like it's everything, bro. Like so, you can't please everybody.
No.
You cannot please everybody.
But yo,
That's
that
why-
video you put out though,
Yeah.
I circled. I was about to send it to the group. I'm like, how the fuck does this thing have 700,000 views.
Because they have money towards it. That's
What are
why.
you guys talking about?
Yeah,
That video
the
that she was talking about, she
Intact
posted.
insurance video,
Oh,
like
okay.
my ad, it has like 1 million views or something like that. But
Oh.
it's because they put money behind it, and so
Oh, they boosted the post. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
so it's
okay.
going in everybody's feed.
That's why I
Yeah.
never like. People need to stop getting hyped for like vanity metrics, like views and stuff. Because I feel like if you're
Vanity
not on
metrics.
this
I like that.
side,
Yeah.
people don't know that you can literally pay to go viral. And people think just, oh, this person's lit because they have millions and millions of views.
People don't understand that there's so many people that are huge influencers that were rich before they even started doing that, and they've driven up their metrics, like just paying for it. Like, not everybody's playing fair.
Word.
They don't understand it.
Like technically, my most viewed video ever on TikTok is an ad. The Hershey's commercial I did has like 36 million views.
Holy
and
shit.
I'm not excited about that because they boosted the
But
shit
did they
out
get
of
you
that.
follows though?
Not really. Those
No?
don't convert.
They don't
Yeah.
convert a
I
lot.
feel like the forced, like when you force someone to see something, it doesn't convert.
ever,
Yeah.
ever.
So like it's a cool number to see, but it's not really that.
I try
number.
so hard to make brand deal posts cool. It's
Yeah.
It's hard, though.
It's tough because it's not necessarily what your creativity can't do. It's what they're stifling your creativity with the notes. Oh, we can't say this. You can't do that. Oh, can you actually move that? This
There's
like,
a lot of guidelines.
Yeah,
you know?
this guidelines completely take the heart and soul out of the content.
Yeah.
And then you see it and then you watch it and you can tell I gave up my soul for this. Like you can tell.
But also, I swear that the apps know when you're doing a sponsored post.
Absolutely.
Well, whether you put hashtag ad or whatever, and they suppress your views just
Absolutely.
because it's a sponsored
course.
post.
So like I went and I finally got my views or my engagement back up to like a regular, something that I should have. And then I posted the ad and then it just went right down. And now every
'Cause they want you to
photo and
pay.
things is like a couple of hundred likes. I'm like, oh my gosh. It was like,
Wow.
but it's the price that you have to pay. You know what I mean? Like if you want to get paid on social media, then it's going to happen. If you don't want to get paid and you want to keep having all these likes and engagement, then you can do that, but you can't post ads and partnerships.
What
right?
about TikTok numbers though? It's starting to look like world star numbers nowadays.
What do you
Like-
mean?
Like whenever I see like talk numbers and how like videos have this many or that, like so many people have millions and millions of views. Like every comedian I know has at least one video that has
hits
a
a
million
million
views.
views.
I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. But it's starting to feel like world star numbers, you know, world star stats.
Where it's
when
like-
every video like
Well, this
can
is the
hit a
thing. You
certain
got to
point.
keep doing it because it's not with TikTok. I've talked about this before, where the focus is not the creator; it's the product, right? Like the creator's name's super small, your picture's super tiny, and the product is the whole screen, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, if you say, for example, you're somebody that wears the same thing, stays in the same setting every single time you do a video,
Yeah.
you'll probably do way better if you're making consistent videos wearing the same thing in the same setting, doing the same theme thing, than somebody that just changes the room. Like literally just changes the room. Just because people are scrolling so quickly, they're used to what it looks like, not who you are. So I don't
Yeah.
know your name. I could care less what your name is. I know what you do though.
Right, right.
Like the Cardi Lame guy, nobody knew his name until he was number one. Everybody just knew him as this guy. Every time
this
you want to
guy.
explain him, you're like, that black guy doesn't say anything. He just goes like this. Nobody knew his name until he was number one on the app.
Yes.
So it's like,
What was that guy's name that lights the spliff on fire before and plays the music before he starts cooking?
I don't know who that is.
You know that guy. That
No.
You have a different algorithm than us.
Yeah, my
No,
other
watch
one.
this, watch it. We spoke about this guy. He's that guy that always plays. He plays a record.
The guy with the locks.
No, he's
light-skinned guy.
just like this dude that cooks, but then he rolls a spliff, he burns off a little piece, plays a song, and then he cooks something. But it's always starts off with him, and then I swear Spotify picked him up to make playlists for them based off of.
I don't know who this is. I swear to God.
Am I dreaming?
Yeah.
I feel like
Did I dream
was it
this?
a black guy?
Episode in my head? It's
Is
a
it
black guy. It's a black chef.
Yeah, I think I've come across that before.
Yeah, and it's exactly the same
Sounds
thing
dope.
every time.
Yeah.
So
I'm kind of mad it's not on my
Yeah.
algorithm.
well, they took him off TikTok apparently because of the rolling and the weed and whatnot.
And that's the other thing I hate about
Right.
TikTok. It's these restrictions are insane. Like,
Yeah.
if I say the word fuck just one time, I'm finished. But I watch somebody else say fuck, motherfucker, bitch, all this stuff, and their videos are fine.
And what about the song?
Yeah.
I'll be fucked up. Like you're
Songs
playing
are
a
okay.
song that says fuck.
It's
You can't
insane.
say
to do
it.
Can't
I
talk
mean-
sex. I can't, like, any post that we do talking sex, they take it down almost immediately.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I posted my newborn baby in a diaper, and I got the violation for posting, I don't know, I guess predatory stuff.
Yo,
like
I'm
they were
telling
like,
you.
if you do this one more time, then you're gonna be off because we want to protect children. I'm like, but she's literally a baby. Like, you know what I mean? How many times do we see naked babies all the time?
This is what
you
I don't get.
Pampers, like
This morality stuff with the swearing just needs to end. It's only with swearing I have the problem with, and sex probably, honestly, too, because both of which everyone indulges in every day. Why are we all pretending we don't swear?
Right.
I go on Instagram, if I post a video, it'll do better if I bleep out us swearing, and if I make sure that there's no swearing in the text on the screen. Like, that's it. What are we, 10? This is insane.
I guess it's because
more
there are-
ad friendly.
Yeah.
But
I'm telling you, it
why?
all comes
Why
back
are we
to
all
money, bro.
pretending we don't swear? Why are ads pretending we don't swear? There are ads that swear.
because of children.
Appeals to a bigger audience, I guess.
But like, maybe this is my same argument with like sports commentary. There is a market for both. There's a market for family and there's a market for 18 plus. I would love to have sports commentary where niggas are just being niggas. Just talking regular talk. Not this, he goes for 3. No, just be like, this nigga sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just plain say it. This nigga sucks. And we can't have that. Why? Do you think there's people that don't want to hear that? That's insane.
I would love to watch Mason Cameron sitting sidelines.
Oh my
You know what I'm
God.
saying? Just going in.
Snoop Dogg narrating an MMA fight, I'd lose my life.
Yo,
Do you know how much
he's
money
so
I'd
good.
pay for that? Like, actually, I wouldn't even bootleg it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd actually pay for that. And we pretend like the whole world's this family-friendly church. I don't understand it.
Optics, man.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
I guess it's because it's the PC folks that complain the most.
Well, it's,
You know, it's not the people that cuss complaining.
yeah.
We're not gonna be like, you have to swear more.
Are there more religious
You
people
know?
than non-religious people in the world?
I doubt it. Well, actually,
It's tough. When you, especially
There's
when you
more,
get to like,
there's more.
probably.
There's more.
I think there's
so.
more religious people than there are non-religious people.
because it's easier to get the. I feel like it's easier to get people to be religious than it is to be me.
Well, there's
or
more
to
poor
be-
people, period. I think that's the that's the main thing. With religion, the main demographic of all religions is poor people. Yeah, of course you have rich people in every religion. That's not, we're not going to say that there's
Yeah.
not. But the main people that subscribe to religion are the poorest of the poor. Because they need God. They need something.
faith.
They
They
need
need
faith
faith
to
to
make them.
believe in.
They need something they can go to that they don't have to pay for.
Life sucks. So without faith, you'll realize how much it sucks.
Exactly. You have to cling on to something, which is why I don't blame certain people for like being so deep in it. Like, and it's not a bad thing entirely.
No,
sometimes, I mean, in some regards, when you talk about LGBTQ rights and all that other stuff, like there it's kind of hindering because like, bro, I have 2 very religious brothers. And every week in the group chat, it's a discussion about something that they see. Like
Yeah.
Drake's fingernails this weekend. And men were like, yo, what is this? What's going on with the youth? Men need to be men. I was just like, guys,
It's not that serious.
it's not
Yeah,
that
it's
serious.
not
This is
that-
like earrings.
Yeah.
Like at a certain point, men started wearing earrings.
Right.
And
And
I'm
everybody
pretty sure
hated
everybody
it,
was like,
yeah.
gay, gay,
Yeah.
gay,
Gay,
gay, gay,
gay,
gay, gay, gay, gay, gay, gay, gay, gay, gay, gay, gay, gay to the melody.
Wow.
That's so funny.
Or even like nose piercings.
Yeah.
You can
and
only have it if you're a guy. You can only have it on
certain
the one
sides.
side.
I remember
because-
somebody told me, why is your watch on your right hand, bro? I'm like, what? He's like, yo, why is your watch
It's
on the right
supposed to
hand?
be
You
on your
like
left
dick,
hand.
nigga? I said, what? What? Brother, what?
Yeah, one time, like,
To be honest,
yo,
I
why is
usually
your
wear mine on my right.
I hate people with these rules for life
Yeah.
that make no sense. earrings got to be on a certain side. The watch got to be on a certain side. You can't dap me, bro. I ran into Bishop Brigante. Shout out Bishop.
Did you dap him with your left?
I dapped him with the left. See, you
On
saw that
purpose?
video clip of him talking about it?
Well,
Because that was me. I was there.
I didn't see the clip, but I know like true hood G's that are like, yo, don't touch me with
Dog,
your left, bro.
the man
Don't
called one of his
disrespect me,
veterans.
fam.
Man called one of his veterans, put him on speaker. Dog, if a man daps you with his left, what does that mean? Man's like, yo, it's disrespectful still. I'm like, what are we saying? If I'm holding things with my right hand and I see you, I can't dap you?
I always, but no, all you got to do is say, pardon my left. I do it all the time. But before I go,
Sucketh.
nah, man,
my
I'm
dick.
holding something. I did it to you just now, right?
Pardon
I was
my
holding. I was like, yo,
left.
pardon my left, my bad, bro. Cause
Yo, you old heads in hip hop, you guys
Weirdo.
ruined.
no.
You guys ruined so much.
There's a book of like common etiquette, right? Things like when you're walking with a lady, make sure she's not on the roadside. She's
wrote
walking
the
with
book?
you.
I
brother.
don't subscribe to
Right?
that one
I
too.
know.
I want to
There's-
talk about that because a girl got mad at me.
Here
I
we
just
go.
feel like-
Here we go.
I swear the origin of that came from like back in the day, and the lady was supposed to walk on the inside just in case someone came by on a horse and carriage and scooped her.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
If
and
we're
also shitting on the side of the road.
Yeah.
For
But
horses
if
and
we're
stuff.
just walking and we turn a corner
Yeah.
and you end up on the outside,
Which women do a lot. It's almost like they're testing you.
So you're telling me that I have to consciously go on the other side of you every time
Every
you
single
end
time.
up on my side? For what?
I do it
GC
as second
does it
nature
all the time.
Yeah, no, I do it as
Like-
second nature, and my girl like, yo, the bar is so low. Like, yo, there's little things that you just do like just innately that some women are like, oh my god, like I can't believe you did that. I'm like, what? I'm just walking on the outside of the road or whatever, or the inside of the road.
But it stops the flow of the walk if we're walking and I have to stop and go around. Now
stops
that
your
messed
flow.
up the
Yeah,
flow.
no, as
You
a
just
man,
have to work on it so that it's like
It's got to be
seamless.
yeah.
Because
You'll get to a point where it's smooth.
Yes, I
You'll get to a
promise
point
you,
where it's
it's
smooth.
it's so second nature when we're doing it. Like we'll cross
how
the
about we
street
both
and then
Think
like,
about it and you just stay on my
But
inside.
women will test you. They will go to that inside just to see, especially if you like, if you guys got into a little tiff or something beforehand, and now you're on road. Be like, let me see if this nigga cares about me. And she'll walk in.
Yo, once in a
You
while,
gotta go
my-
on that next side.
Once in a while, my girl will be like, 37 seconds. I was like, oh,
Oh my
God, that's how long it took me to realize. Fuck.
Dog. This nigga's on a shot clock.
I got a fucking walk
This guy's
clock,
on
bro.
a shot clock. It's not that serious
but
for
also,
me.
It's not that we
I
laugh
drive-
at it, but it's, you know.
I drive everywhere. So this, like, I don't think about
Oh,
these
sorry,
things.
sorry.
I
Flex
mean,
on him. Hold on.
but, like we drive too, so
Oh shit.
Okay,
Flex
let me ask you
on
this.
him.
I know we're at the point in time in time where everything is like automatic door locks and whatnot. You don't have to lift it up no more manually. But if you ever watch the Bronx Tale from back in the day, like there is this whole thing. If you open the door for a lady and let her in,
she's supposed to open.
she's
the
supposed
other
to
side.
open the other side for you. And if she doesn't, let her go.
I've never. That's,
See, these
I've never
rules
seen
is
a
what I'm
girl
talking about.
Open a door for me.
These
on the
rules are
inside
crazy.
ever.
But watch this when Terrell Hicks, that was her name, when she goes and opens it up, Giacomo is his name or something like that. He just jumps in there like she's a keeper, right? And it's just like, so even till this day, like I'll stand there and wait. I'm like, you gonna open my door? You gonna unlock for me? Because I don't got a car like that. You know, mine's still manual. Like, open that shit. What's up? And I'll be like, that was 17 seconds, babe. She's not a keeper.
And then you bring her home and she doesn't suck dick. See, it's like what? These rules
You
don't,
don't even
make
care.
sense.
You're still gonna keep her.
These rules don't make sense. It's
No,
crazy.
another one is standing up when you go when like if you're sitting down and someone comes to shake your hand, stand up. To
Oh
shake
yeah,
their hand.
like
stand up.
sometimes I feel bad if I'm sitting down and I shake someone's hand, but I also feel like maybe this is a sign of respect, like my respect for you. If I
Yes.
stand up, then you know I really fucks with you.
Yeah.
If I'm sitting down, I'm like, I'm keeping an acquaintance. You know, like when a man, like you go to go in with the dap and he just keeps it out here.
Oh, that
Keeps
was
it out
like
here. It's like, all right, I get where we at.
yeah.
Cool. I see it. But the whole sitting down, I treat that the same way. I feel like it's the same thing. If I really fucks with you, I'll get up.
Yeah.
Yo, when I do this with like a dread, and my thumb is up and
And it
and,
click.
he doesn't click my thumb. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah. Disrespect still.
Do I smell like pork? Like, oh shit! Like, what did I do? Like, I'm not getting.
Guy did not hail Selassie at all.
You know,
That's crazy.
There's so much rules of life to remember. Do
much.
other like cultures have as many rules, or is it
I'm
just
sure
us?
like white people don't have like the dapping thing, but
Oh, they
absolutely
have.
because
What are
they
their
have so
rules?
many
There's
No,
rules of
no phones at the
etiquette.
dinner table. Nobody gets up until everyone's done.
You can't have your elbows on the table.
No,
Yes,
that's.
I
I
remember that
thought
one.
that was universal.
Okay, I don't know.
No, that's British eating etiquette. So it's just like
I don't subscribe to that. We talked about that on here. I don't
Yeah,
subscribe
don't
to
put your
that.
elbows on the table.
British etiquette,
Obviously,
eating
like,
rules and shit.
eating with certain utensils at certain times.
They said that
Some people
because
say, like,
slaves
you have to wait.
Slaves would put their elbows on because they needed leverage to get that food up.
Should you
Did
wait
you freestyle
until
that, or that's
Oh yeah, waiting
Yeah.
till everyone gets their food.
everyone has their food?
Yeah, I'm of the type that's like, listen, don't wait for me. The food is hot. Food is best when it's eaten warm and hot. Don't let it get cold because of etiquette.
I
Like,
usually-
eat your
It's so
food.
stupid.
Man.
I
to me,
usually
bro.
wait.
and
I'll
what's with
wait,
the
but I'll be
fork-
like, really
I'll
gonna make me
usually
wait?
I really
Please
don't
let me wait.
understand that at all.
And what's with the fork in the left hand when you're
Cutting something? Yeah, you're
I'm
supposed to
right-handed.
switch. I don't switch. I've never been able
I
to
switch
switch
because it's just more. It's more comfortable for me.
I get
Yeah.
that, but like, who made that? Like, why did I have to hold my
British
fork in my
people,
left
white
hand?
people.
Yeah,
They
the white
tried to
British.
separate class. This is what I told Duke. But when he's telling me how to hold the fork, I'm like, there's no way to hold the fork other than if the food gets in my mouth. That's
Yeah.
the way to hold the fork. like, what are we
So,
talking about here?
there's-
How's there a wrong
They
way?
literally have etiquette classes that you could take.
They want to
Like,
separate
etiquette
class.
classes for women and like men to separate both of them as well, because there's different things that boys and men are supposed to do compared to girls and women. Like right now, like, well, I don't have a dress on, but they'd be like, oh, you have to sit with your leg tucked over here.
Yeah.
Like you don't cross your legs actually, and like
Where to
I don't
put your
know.
handkerchief as a man. All types of shit, man.
Yeah.
Half of which makes no sense. What would you do if you had a podcast and you and your girl fuck a gazillion girls, and then she wants some dick, not just any dick, bigger dick,
Now here's
blacker
the thing:
dick.
is it on the podcast like all the other girls?
No, no, it is not. Laha.
Now, if it's consistent, like, all right, we fucked all these girls right after the
So
podcast
now you're gonna
episode.
fuck her with this guy?
So now let's double.
Ooh,
Now, if
hold
both
on.
of us are ramming you at the same time
Whoa.
at the end of the episode, then it's the same shit.
So-
But now this is off episode. This is on its own. It's an own episode. It's its own podcast in itself.
This
Like,
is actually a different show completely.
a whole-
It's Blacked.
it's
The very, very famous Blacked.
it is.
Blacked, for those of you guys who are unaware. It's as racist as the name entails.
Yes, yes.
It's literally just some niggas, fucking small white women, essentially. I think that's
like,
I don't
super
think
that's the
petite
gist of it.
And they don't ever have black women on Blacked, right? I don't think I've ever seen a black.
I've
chick
never
on
seen a
Blacked.
black girl get blacked. No,
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't think black people can get blacked
Isn't that interesting?
because they're already blacked.
Exactly. Blacked is a verb, by the way. I don't know if you guys are realizing blacked is like you got fucked up. Like,
Yeah, you got dug out.
yeah, these niggas are pulling up with the anacondas. It's like, yo, dog, what would you do? I know you're okay with this. We've
What?
discussed this. Yeah, Tresor, he is okay with his girl getting dig out.
Come again, say what?
Okay, well,
He's cool with open relationships. Like
I'm
he would do
okay
it.
with open relationships as long as there's a communication.
about
So
it.
you would want to know when she does it?
When she has the feeling to do it, and she's like, "Hey, I've been thinking lately." I'm like, "All right." So
before
guess
she
what?
does it- but
I'm always
Hey, babe,
thinking.
I've been thinking about getting blacked.
But when she does it, would you want to know afterwards?
that it happened.
Yeah.
No, I already know it's happening.
No, I
It
need to
happened.
know still.
No,
I
but
need
like
to
the
know.
date, like if she said that she has this feeling that she might want to do that soon,
Yeah.
but
I
she
need
said
to
that
know.
like a few weeks ago, you wouldn't want to know
No,
when
but like,
it
oh,
actually happened.
here's your hall pass. Have fun.
So if you just see her come home one day, kind of just limping, you kind of know, like,
I'm not cooking dinner that night, eh? There's no way. There's no way you're going to get fucked. You come home to a hot plate. Fuck out of here. But fuck out of here.
But just know, like, the moment it's a two-way pass, eh? So it's like, oh, so
Well,
open
it's
it
been a
up.
one-way pass for Adam22. This is who we're talking about, by the way, guys. Adam22.
It's been a one-way pass for him
He's
for the longest time.
The lead host of No Jumper, the creator of No Jumper. And just to give some context, I feel like it's necessary. His podcast kind of fell apart a couple months ago.
From when?
Majority of his team left.
Okay.
Because of ill treatment and just a bunch of fuckery, a lot of mess that was going on there for a couple months, and they left, created the Figmunity. Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Figmunity, I think. They started their own thing, and Adam's been like, I guess, trying to make it shake ever since. But there hasn't been very many viral moments like before when he had his team, they were going viral almost every week. Now I haven't heard from him since the drama, other than like the week after when he had a bunch of racists on his show, and it was just wild. But so now he has his girl Lena the Plug, who is a porn star, and she does OnlyFans, and they have a podcast called Plug Talk, where they interview a porn star and then immediately have sex with her,
and then they plug him.
Yes, they plug the talk afterwards, and he I guess had to take one for the team because he's been piping all these girls for free,
So do you
with no retaliation.
So do you kind of just have to hold that? Like the score's 99-1.
Well, this is the thing,
has
right?
to.
His girl, he has to technically, but this is where he fucked up. He had a girl who was like, no, I don't need to fuck any other guys, right? We can fuck a million girls. I love girls, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to ever fuck another guy. She said this plenty of times on podcasts and different shit. But she has you at her mercy, brother. The more women you have sex with, the more anytime she brings it
Tally
up,
goes up.
you got to be like, yeah, I guess, or you're breaking up.
Yeah.
Because she agreed to saying no, I'm not gonna have sex with any other, and now she's changing it. So it's either you get into a huge fight and break up and ruin the business because they're a business now, right?
It's either a huge fight or a huge dick. Choose.
And on top of that, we just discussed how his business is already taking a hit.
Ooh.
So you can't afford to split up the business right now. She
got him by
Adam by the balls.
That's
by the
She got
balls.
him by the balls.
I can just see her playing with that condom thing.
Yo, honestly,
Catching the ball.
if she's smart, she realizes right now that she is in the driver's seat in that household because she is they're probably making the most money from her right now. If you consider Plug Talk plus her porn star plus OnlyFans. She's probably making the bulk of the money right now, considering where the business is at with him. If he splits that up,
It's over.
especially when people forget you've grown accustomed to a lifestyle and you've never thought that anything would change in the negative. Your constant thought is everything's going to keep going up. And it's been going up for years. I'm not used to detracting. That doesn't happen. So then when it does, it's almost panic mode. You might lose your home. You might lose some cars. There's a lot that happens when just a couple dominoes fall out of place. And you may think people have all this money saved up. These people be spending, bro. A lot of them don't have that money saved up. So I think she has him really by the balls, literally and figuratively. And once she brought this up at this specific time, this is chess. Lena's playing chess. And she got blacked by Mr. Blacked. Like, this guy's like the star of the series, apparently.
Wow.
I couldn't do it. Man.
And so did they go on their podcast and talk about it after? Or
He went on his podcast and was like basically discussing. There's this guy named Crip OG Mac that is like one of the, I guess, like co-stars of his podcast sometimes, and they discussed
Just
it.
got married. We're not in an open relationship, but from a porn perspective, we shoot with other girls, stuff like that, right?
But no other guys is busting her coochie and ass out.
Well, you guessed it. Over the weekend,
Oh no.
Something like that happened.
she filmed her first ever scene with another man.
I know you was mad. You was angry.
I agreed to it, so I wasn't.
But-
I say
but-
angry might not be the word.
But you was kind of like disappointed a little bit. Like, bye, right, girl, like, that's your sex.
You know, I agreed to it. She gave me a lot of outs on the way in. Like, she kind of kept telling me, like, if you don't want me to, I won't do it.
You
You
should
know?
have said no.
I said that I wanted her to do it. I'm like,
on top of millions of dollars, Adam. You didn't do that shit.
I told her, I'm like, I think you should do it. Let's get it
All
out
right,
the way.
so how do you five about it now?
She's
Do I
32.
need to get you an old English?
No. Yeah, I don't need to drown the pain in Old English. But I was kind of surprised because I feel like I can, like, intellectualize it. And from my perspective, I don't think it should be a big deal. Yeah. But then after she actually did it, I'm not going to lie, I did feel kind of odd. You know,
neighbor,
a little bit of that feeling in the belly, you know?
In the belly. You got hurt.
Oh, she felt it in the belly more than you did. Don't worry, bro.
See, my thing is like
His
just
ego
feel
got hit.
That's what I was gonna say. I just feel like in general, men are too insecure to handle those things.
No, we're
I
not
couldn't
built
do
for
it.
that.
I know I am.
We're not
I'm not.
built for that.
I'm not doing that.
We're
Yeah.
not built for
We're
that.
not built for it.
I-
This is what I argued about on the podcast, that we are not as emotionally strong as women. So you guys can take more fire than we can.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean
So
that
it's
we
worse.
deserve.
So it's
to
worse
take
when
more
you guys
fire.
I think they're
things.
just better at processing emotions than we are.
and
we,
getting over things.
We know we're feeling. We just don't know how to process it and like
express it.
express it
and
in a
move on
healthy
from
way.
it. But
If
I
we
think
if
the
we
moving
express
on-
it, it's usually in an unhealthy way.
Yeah. But I think more than expressing it, it's the moving on. I don't think we can get over it. Like girls can get over things, or even for like the majority.
Yeah.
I don't really think guys can get over things. Like,
No,
we're-
but they
we're
don't,
always
because
gonna-
if you talk to any man whore, they'll tell you their villain origin story,
And it's,
Always
and it's
Okay.
always a girl from like 2006. Like it's never anything
In
recent.
high school.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like a
always
high school
for me.
thing.
It's in high school. I've told so many girls my villain origin story. I was dating this girl, one of my first girlfriends ever. She's one of the finest girls in school. I had no idea why she was even dating me. I'm like, this makes
Which
no
one is
sense.
it? This one?
This one.
Oh.
I had no idea why she was even dating me. It was crazy. And it's like that puppy love where it's like we're fucking holding hands and walking around the school hallway, just doing laps, just walking behind each other and talking. And then like we used to go inside the stairwell, make out, I'd finger her and stuff. I'm like, oh shit, this is dope. Go home, talk on the phone, fall asleep, all that high school shit. So then now one day she just breaks up with me, just out of nowhere. Like everything was fine, she just breaks up with me. I'm like, all right, cool. She's like, yeah, my dad, my parents, like I can't really have a boyfriend, yada yada yada. I'm like, I mean, I get it. I understand. My parents are strict. I get it.
She shows up with Tyrone, huh?
Nah. 15 minutes later, I'm walking around the hallway and I see her best friend. And her best friend walks up to me. She's like, yo, I have to tell you this because like you're a good guy. And she's just like, she broke up with you because like you wouldn't fuck her. You didn't take her virginity, so she like thought you just weren't like interested.
Did she ask you to?
Not once. You think I would? I don't want to have sex. I've never had sex up until this point. I'm a virgin too, so I'm not thinking about sex, bro. I swear to God, that was the moment I started thinking about sex all the time.
Oh, wow.
Before that, basketball, having fun, chilling with my friends, TV, not thinking about sex at all. And the fingering, even to me, she put my hand there and I was like, okay, shit. Even that, I'm not like forcing myself to do things because I'm not thinking about them. After that moment, brother, good Lord.
Changed.
Good Lord.
She created a monster.
She created a monster.
Jeez.
It was bad. It was real bad. But then, yeah, it's like, I can't be telling that story 10 years later, which I did. I can't be doing that. But guys, we don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if we don't get over it or we're just holding on to things to use as an excuse.
I think it's
You know
the
what I
la-
mean?
I think it's the
Like,
latter.
Sometimes,
for sure
your
it's the
behavior.
because like we're expected to be strong and you know the guy and all this stuff and never be vulnerable. So like when we have these one little moments where like, oh, people would understand. It's like we hold on to it as an excuse or some sort of crutch. Be like, yo, this happened to me, so this is why I'm like this. And like I run into people like that all the time and I feel disgusted. So I should never be like that. Whenever someone tells me, oh, like I'm a Pisces, so that's why I'm blah blah blah, I'm like,
Shut up.
what are we doing? But that's essentially the same thing. Like it's not really
I
much
guess.
different.
People do that because someone did tell me that because for a very long time, my whole thing was like, yo, I'm just very honest. And if you're upset about that, like if I do something that's kind of on you because I was honest with you.
Yup.
Someone once told me that honesty is not an excuse for shitty behavior.
Yeah.
And I thought about it and I'm like, it's kind of true. Like, just because I tell you what's going on, that doesn't mean that
it's still not fucked
you
up.
can't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
It's not kind of responsible for that. But in my head, I'm like, you told me to be honest with you, so I'm being honest.
See, but this is I was talking to my girl about this the other day. I'm like, I can't remember what the question was, but I was just like, this is like the same thing as, do I look fat in this? Like,
Sometimes
she's like,
it's better to
why would
lie.
you lie to me about something like that? I'm like, this is like, do I look fat in this? I'm not gonna tell you, especially if I know, put into context like somebody feeling a way about something already. Why am I gonna add on top of that
Right.
in that moment when I don't need to? Like, I realistically, you're not gonna go straight to the gym. You're not gonna jump on a table and get plastic surgery tomorrow. So it's like me telling you this now won't change anything, and I could make you feel better instead of making you feel worse. So what would you rather in that moment?
I feel like you have to be specific with your answer. So do I look fat in this? I'm like, to me, or to some others maybe, or to you probably yes in comparison to what you was wearing the other day, because it's almost like
Why don't you
I don't
say
say
it's
any of
not
that.
flattering?
I don't say
even
any
that,
of that.
even not flattering is still something that I feel a girl would be like, okay, so then what are you saying? You know, I'm like,
I'll
always
suggest
say
another clothing
to-
garment in
That's what I'm
instead
saying.
of like.
If you're saying it's not flattering, this might look better.
I won't even say it's not flattering. I'll just be like, I prefer this. Like, I won't say the non-flattering part. I'll just be like, I think this will be better. Like, just say that and just leave it at that.
Do you guys feel a way if your woman tells you what you should wear?
No.
What do you
You
mean?
put something on and then they're like, nah.
Oh no, my girl does that all the time.
Okay,
Nah,
great.
I don't-
My girl does that
we
all the
don't
time.
Because I do it all the time. Too.
Yeah, no, my girl does it all the time. If I'm like, especially if I'm going downstairs to pick up something and I'm in like shorts, no boxers or something, she's like, where are you going in that?
Yeah.
No. I'm like, I'm just going down. This is crazy.
I'll
Yeah.
wear shit that she wants me to wear, even though I don't like it. But she'll
that,
never
I'm not
wear,
doing that.
She'll never wear things. Nope. I mean,
That
like
you
she'll never wear things that I'm just like, yeah, rock that. And she'll be like, this is not my steez today. But cool, that's fine. But for me, if she really wants to see me in something and show me, take all these pictures of me in whatever outfit.
Yeah.
This is for you, babe. This is not for me. I'm not going around and be like, hey guys, look at me, I love this outfit. No, like I'm rocking what she wants me to rock.
Like 98%
You know what I'm
of the
saying?
time, if me and GC are going somewhere, I'm telling him to change. He'll put something on. I'm like, you're
Brother.
really going to wear that?
Oh my God. Don't do it to him, man. Leave
No,
him
but
at-
I think with us, we appreciate that rather than taking it as a dig or some sort of criticism. For us, we want to look good, and
Yeah.
we trust a woman to tell us what looks
good.
better.
Yeah.
So it's like if I'm putting something on, and you're like, no, I'm almost like, thank you, like thank you. If I go outside looking crazy, then that's a different story. And with women, it's more like, I feel like there's more questions that come to mind when you criticize something like appearance wise.
Right.
The only like time that I would really listen is if I know the person is way more fashionable. So like say like Shy or whatever. What's his name? Shy, the basketball player.
Gilders.
Shea Gildress, yeah.
Shea Gilders.
If he was to like tell me like no, that doesn't work, I'd be like, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's
I
like
can figure
Kanye.
it out.
If Russell
but if
Westbrook
you can't
came
like
to you-
really dress, and I'm just gonna be like, okay, no,
I'm sure
I'm
Kim
listening.
Kim never took any advice from Pete Davidson. Like,
No.
you know what I mean? But
Like-
she took it from Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like,
So it's the same situation. Like
Yeah.
Kanye could actually benefit how she looks.
Exactly.
Pete Davis would be like, okay, just
So
look like a bum.
So wait, if you're saying if our girl gets mad, then we have no style.
Yeah.
no, check this out.
She's like, who's this nigga to tell me?
Look what you're wearing. You're wearing a champion hoodie and Nike
This nigga dresses like a bum every day trying to tell me what to wear.
Yeah, I
That's
was
crazy.
I was dating this girl that was a stylist. She would,
Yeah.
she would style music videos, movies, all these things.
I feel like that's tough.
Right? But when I was dating her, I was still dressing the way I dress. And then one day I was like, you know what, you're a stylist. Take me shopping. Let's see how you're gonna outfit me. She was like, she pulled out these velvet pants.
Now you're dressed like Lil
fucking-
Meech.
And no, the way she dressed me, I was like, I don't feel comfortable. I may look good in your eyes or to some women that like this style, but it wasn't me. So I'm like, as good as it looks, like it doesn't feel comfortable. So I'm
Something
not gonna
like that-
rock it with that same oomph and confidence that you'd think one would when they look like this. You know?
You don't really see couples imbalance in that way. When it comes to like music, clothing, food, I feel like those things are so closely linked with couples. Like I don't really see couples out of their wheel, like one looking this way and this one looking that. It's like you usually match.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would be a
That's
big
true.
indicator.
So if one
to
guy
me,
looks like
yo,
a bum, the
this
girl's
is what
gonna
she
be a
really
bummy
wants me to
too?
look like.
Because usually, like the Dior Amiri guy is with the Dior Amiri.
You know what I
girl.
mean? It's like it matches. It almost always matches. I've never seen someone who's an eccentric dresser and their partner's super tame and like conservative. Like it's almost always those things match. I
'Cause
feel
what
like
you gonna
it
buy
needs
them
to for me.
What you gonna buy them for their birthday? Like if my girl only wears Givenchy and Dior and Amiri, and I'm wearing Nike every day, I can't go to Whole Renfrew and know what she's gonna like.
Yeah.
I would never
What's
know.
in season and no. It definitely needs to be more tapped in. But anyways, Adam22 speaking on his wife's returning back to being a porn star because she had a child and all that stuff.
So after it happened,
This is after it happened.
okay.
Sleeping with that guy has been amazing for both of us. It's officially been a week since I let my wife do a porn with another guy. I felt a little jealous at first, but overall it wasn't that big of a deal. She's watched me sleep with hundreds of girls and it's never affected our relationship. Sleeping with that gentleman has been amazing for both her career and our business, Plug Talk. Overall, I'm glad we did it. I'm happy to report her vagina has returned to its original pre-BBC size. Which leads me to believe that he had sex with her pretty recently
Like,
after
right
they
after.
fucked. Almost to fill that insecurity that he had.
I honestly think
Yeah,
he
she
had
probably
to
came
say
home
that.
and she was like, okay, let's go. Or he was like, let's go.
Well,
No,
a lot
you
of porn stars end up fucking after the scenes. Like they go home and have sex with their actual partners because it's not the same for them. Like, in terms of feelings,
disconnection?
there's a disconnect. So usually they want to go home and like finish
Feel
real
intimacy?
intimacy almost immediately afterwards.
Like I used to fuck this girl that worked in the industry, and she'd fuck all the time, but then, she would never enjoy it. She would never feel it. So I'd be like, all right, come home, feel something. You know what I mean? And then for me, I was just in my dirtbag phase, so I didn't really care about nothing. And it was nice to know that like you had sex all day, and the one time you had it with me is when it was really good.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
for me it was an ego boost. And it was also like,
That's the
I'm
payoff.
doing God's work.
That's
know
the
what I'm saying?
payoff, I guess. Is like understanding that other side, but you need to be willing to get there. Like
Yes.
I'm not willing to find out. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I'm not at that place. I think I will be because I know, that if I'm gonna be with someone for a long time, by 60, even 50, I'm gonna be like, all right, like, what are we doing? We need to switch things up, man. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me logically.
Yeah.
To just have amazing sex for 20 plus years with the same person. There's only so many positions, only so many things and experiences you can have. Like, the only time sex would end up being a thing that's like different is when you change countries or you go on vacation somewhere. Other than that, if you're at home 20, 30 plus years having sex with the same person, I'm telling you it's going to get boring.
It's not going to be the same.
What do you mean?
Once you start having kids, then that's going to be hit or miss. Like either some people, their sex drive completely spikes
or goes
the
down.
other person, it goes complete down. So
that
is gonna play a factor. And then once you actually have the kids there, your sex life isn't going to be the same. You know what I mean? And then if you have more kids, it's going to be even harder to have because they're always running around.
Do you mind me asking about your sex life? Has it changed
Absolutely.
in a positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative in terms of like, there's the less time, less energy.
Well, I feel like it's me because I don't have that like sex drive. I feel like I lost it, So I feel like I could be
How old are you now?
fine forever. 33. I had to think about it.
You getting there?
What?
There's about to be
Where
a
it'll
spike.
switch?
Yeah, there's about to be a switch, which is why God is cruel, man.
What about
The
if like,
women
take-
spike and men go down at the same age? It's insane.
What if y'all just like take some honey pack or something? Like,
I haven't tried that yet. He gave it to me. The guy, what's his name? I forgot his
Huss?
name. Yeah, Huss gave me some. I haven't tried it.
I tried it once.
He said that.
How was it?
Not a fan.
What did it do anything? Is it like Red Bull?
I feel like
It's
the
placebo, man. It's just royal jelly.
That's
man.
what I'm saying.
I feel like the ends don't justify the means. You know,
What do you
I
mean?
feel like it helps, but the way it makes your body feel is not worth.
Wait, you felt something?
the
Like,
damn. Like I felt really like. Felt like I took pre-workout. Like my body was really tingly,
Jittery.
and like I felt like my muscles were sore. I didn't like it, and I was like, yeah, this isn't for me. Bro.
maybe you're allergic to honey.
Maybe,
Wow.
but
Matt's gonna
said
fight you.
I don't
Matt
think-
said he's
I don't think
been
I'll be doing
using
it
and
again.
it's great. Look, he keeps giving me.
Oh,
thumbs
you've
up.
been using it, huh?
Yeah.
This nigga jerking off with honey.
I was gonna
That's
say-
insane. That's insane.
Believe you me, when I jerk off, that honey
It's a
pack.
lot.
I've
It's
been
like-
watching that black getting honeyed.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
good enough for that honey.
Lena the
Chris?
Plug, baby.
Did anybody ever tell you look like Sugar Bear?
Wow.
You guys remember Sugar Crisp?
Yes.
Can't get enough of that Sugar Crisp.
Yeah.
maybe it is a placebo.
Sugar Crisp look like vaginas.
What? Do they?
They look at
Yeah.
it looks like a fucking vagina.
Yeah.
Sugar Crisp look like
They
a vagina.
discontinued those still.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Pum Pum cereal.
Do you feel the same way about Magnums? Because that's how I feel. I feel like Magnums are placebos.
No, Magnums work.
It didn't.
I think it
I don't
depends
think
on the bottle still. no, I'm dead ass serious.
If you
I've
get a
had
good-
them where
a
it's
good
like,
bottle?
yeah, I've had it where it's like, all right, like,
Yeah, there's no way they could have in every bottle it
Equal
has the
distribution.
equal distribution.
Yeah, no.
because it's being poured from one big vat.
Yeah.
right. So it's just
some
like,
has more than others, and some has none at all. Like it's a hit or miss with Magnum, I find.
What is
But
that?
Magnum Roots,
Yeah.
little Jamaican tonic.
Oh.
Usually see it at like convenience stores at the desk and stuff. But yeah, no, in the UK, those used to drink that like chubbies, bro.
That's their regular.
Like a
that's the regular
normal
mix.
12-year-old, 14-year-old,
Fill up
they're
a-
walking with a fucking Magnum Roots to go to school. I'm like, what's going on, bro?
Building up a Maggie and a Zoot and that.
Maggie in a zoo and that, you get me?
I will say the few times I've drank it, I drank it with purpose. I'm like, do your magic. And boom! I was like, it was placebo. I was like,
Yeah.
haha! I have the power of Jamaicans in me.
Don't kill me.
Let's go,
I feel like Mama Juana's way better at
Mama
that.
Juana.
Mama Juana
is
If
great.
you've ever had that, there's basically it's a bottle. I had it in the Dominican. It's a bottle that comes with these brown leaves inside.
Is bark.
Yeah,
It's bark.
is it bark?
It's bark.
Yeah, and
Sarsaparilla root. It's a
that's
bunch
the
of
best
different
part about
roots.
it is that you can. So then you drink it, and it's like an aphrodisiac in the bark, and it gets super. It's like super aged. It's bad, and you can refill that bottle, and the bark will do the same thing until it like runs out. And so every
Like-
drink that you're pouring in there becomes an aphrodisiac.
So when I was
Apparently,
when
like
I was
oysters are aphrodisiac.
oh yeah,
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 oysters.
oysters, shrimp, any seafood.
Oysters,
you
you got to be careful with these days. Apparently,
You're not
there was
supposed to
something.
eat it raw.
There's something that happened with oysters recently that people
yeah,
are dying.
I've seen a lot of people were getting very sick and
There was like
dying and
13
stuff
people
like
that died or something
Yeah,
like that.
because it says it. I briefly saw something that said you're really not supposed to eat them raw, and
Wow.
everybody's been eating them raw. It's like a big trend.
That's the thing, yeah.
for
know,
everyone
trend.
to
It's been
eat.
doing.
been that
it's
for
been that
hundreds of years.
for a
Yeah.
long time.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
The last few years, I've seen it like a lot more, and more people just going out to restaurants and buying those big trays. I think it has to do with like a social media thing, but
I think that's normal. That makes sense though in terms of like climate change and stuff. Like there's got to be certain things that over time become lethal instead of good for you just
Well-
because of the environment.
I think it's just people not serving it properly or serving it, under bad conditions. Like if you do it right,
True.
it's fine. But like, I guess people just been doing it wrong a
Is
lot.
it very like specific temperatures or anything like that?
yeah, like any like chicken, like
I was gonna
fish. It all has to be kept at a cold temperature because once it hits that specific warmth, then boom, all the bacteria forms. But people be eating oysters, shucking oysters raw for years. Like you'll see like seamen just men that are working at the sea fishing will just grab an oyster and just shuck it straight out the ocean. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So
Yeah,
I don't think
know.
it's a bad thing. I think whoever was eating it probably got it from a bad chef or a bad restaurant.
Or they just they're I don't know, maybe doing it on their own.
I thought it was one of those like you know when they recall lettuce or some shit like.
They're recalling all oysters.
Yeah, like, I thought it was one of those like, oh, we let some bad ones out. Speaking of food, Chicken Shop Girl. You're a big UK guy. You know Chicken Shop Girl. Amelia. You guys have ever seen Chicken Shop Date on YouTube? No.
I only remember chicken
Chicken Connoisseur?
Chicken Connoisseur, yeah.
The
yeah.
OG
Crep check,
of the chicken.
Crep check,
Yep.
and then chicken check.
I only remember you got to get one of these, a chicken salad. That girl on
That's
TikTok.
way after the
That's
completely,
all I
Oh, the
remember.
chicken salad. Yeah, I remember that.
completely different.
That's hilarious.
That's the only thing I know about that.
So this girl Amelia, she's had this show Chicken Shop for a few years now, and one would argue she mainly came up off of drill artists and black entertainers in the UK, doing interviews with them, right? And at a certain point, you know, she got the Jack Harlows, she got I can't remember, a bunch of Ed Sheeran on the show, a bunch of different people. And I seen like last week she posted a preview of a interview with Jennifer Lawrence. And the comments were just black people like, see, told you. I knew she'd use us and leave us. Use us and dump us. And I'm just like, I don't understand this. Is she just supposed to interview only black people? And if she doesn't, she leached us? Like, how does that work?
But also the thing was before the whole everyone was mad at her because they were like, yo, you rappers are really going on this show to go
Thank you.
sit with a white girl and eat chicken. How could you
chicken,
guys
yeah.
do this?
Instead of going.
And now she's branching off to white people and they're like, oh, see, now she doesn't want to eat with niggas. Eat chicken with niggas. Like,
So you're mad when the rappers do it, but now you're mad that she's not doing it with the
black
rappers.
folks anymore.
And she, to my knowledge,
Is it only
pretty
one?
unproblematic. Like she hasn't had no type of scandal or nothing.
all she does
So people are
is
just cheese because she's a white lady.
Yeah. First of all, the optics for people not from the UK, I get it, right? If you're not from the UK, you don't understand how important chicken shops are there out there. And like, it's like Chinese food for us after the club. Like, it's just another spot that you can get some cheap, good food. Like,
And it's
especially in
good.
the
Shout out
hood.
to Morley's.
Yeah, Morley's out there, like it's a nice cheap meal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
let's be real. You know, the UK is those guys are fish and chips heads. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And now that fish is so expensive, now you got to move on to the next cheapest thing, which is chicken.
unless you
know?
go out there, you wouldn't know how much they love chicken shops and bagels. I did not understand the bagel industry
love a
out
good
there.
bagel.
That's their late night thing. Like
Bagel
that's their
king.
after the club.
Let's
the
go
bagel
get a
king.
bagel.
Bagel King gets techie over there.
Yo, it's crazy. It's packed every time you go to one too. Like it's crazy. So I didn't know that, but now that I've been there a couple times and I seen it, this made sense to me that she would do this in that shop. Plus, when you factor in Mayu, Chicken Connoisseur, he's the OG of that. He had that show probably 2 or 3 years prior to her having her show. And it took off in the UK. Him going to different chicken shops and rating the chicken, rating the crisps, rating it, and then checking it, doing his crep check, incorporating sneakers and all that. And he's still doing that.
Yeah.
And so now you have this girl who's been interviewing black people in a chicken shop. And once it blew up, for some reason, chicken does really well on YouTube. Hot Ones.
I was gonna say
Hot Ones is
like-
another one where it's chicken involved. I think Sean Evans is an incredible interviewer.
Oh,
Like,
one of
one of
my
the
favorite
best
online, for
interviewers
sure.
I've ever seen in my life.
Because
to
he's
him a lot.
also doing it with you. So the fact that he's going through the same shit but able to ask you these questions.
And every week. You're
Every
doing
week.
it once or twice. He's doing it every single week for
and
years.
it's that dedication that will lead to his ulcer, which will make you
Facts.
respect him that much more.
Well, he's got nutritionists and dietitians that are working with him to make sure that he knows how to regulate all the spice that he's intaking every week.
All I know is his butthole is fucking protruding.
Oh
dog.
yeah.
Maybe he's just numb to it now.
Numb
You know?
booty? He's not still. He's not. You see him sometimes cry during an episode. Like he still very much hurts. But is she obligated to continue? Like, say she doesn't interview another black person for a while. Has she used the community? Is she obligated to continue interviewing rappers?
I don't think she used the community. But it would be great if her platform got larger after interviewing like specific white folks, because there's like classes, right? So if she keeps interviewing A-list celebrities, it would be great if she went to the smaller ones and still interviewed them so that they could get exposed to the platform.
Yeah. And like, this is the thing. It's not like Sean Evans where he's asking very serious questions. You know what I mean? And he's a serious journalist. This girl's more of like a Between Two Ferns. You ever seen Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis?
Yeah.
Where remember he did an interview with Obama, and it's just him, and he's just like, so like, he's like kind of dissing him, but not dissing him. Between Two Ferns is essentially some guy who does not give a fuck about the celebrity that he's interviewing. And she essentially took that theme and transferred it to the chicken shop. She doesn't really care about you unless you're a guy, and then she acts like she has a crush on you. But other than that, she doesn't really care about you, and she's kind of pretending she knows nothing about you and that you're not as important as you are, essentially.
It's all about the chicken and the restaurant.
Yeah, so it's like that's the whole shtick. Is
great.
like where she's just like, so what do you do? Oh, okay, cool, nice. You do that often, like just very dry, very bland.
Like kind of how Funny Marco does his.
Funny
type
Marco's
of
another
thing.
one. Yeah, Funny Marco, he turns it up a notch.
Yeah.
Where he'll put you in a precarious situation.
What does he ask?
Like he'll ask you something super controversial that has nothing to do with why you're there.
Like, whoa! Like, why did you go
And
there?
he'll
all
just
of
be
a
like,
sudden?
and then he'll judge you immediately based on your answer.
Who's
Like,
the one that interviewed Drake and his son?
that guy with the long hair? That's another guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I love that
guy for Barstool. So there's many examples of these type of interviewers. There's a bunch more, like especially when you talk about Channel 5. I don't know if you guys ever seen Channel 5. Channel 5 is amazing. That guy is great. White guy in this big oversized brown suit. He did a Toronto one where he interviewed Sagittarius Shoddy. I can't remember.
That girl?
Yeah, he did a bunch of them at Rolling Loud Toronto, which is not happening this year, by the way.
Womp womp.
Really?
Shock.
Yeah, I know.
Big
They said
shock.
hopefully they'll come back one.
They'll come back when
back
the
in the
streets
future.
are freaking
Big shock.
at
Too
peace.
many niggas are in jail. Too many niggas are shooting each other. Too
they're
many
not-
niggas beefing. It's
Border issues and
border issues, customs,
Yeah.
taxes. Like they got it's a lot. Like Canada makes it very hard for us to have things that America has.
Yeah.
There's like too much that they're trying to get out of it, almost.
Are they
Which
doing
is what's-
Rolling Loud in other countries though?
Yeah, of
they
course.
did Rolling Loud, Thailand,
Everywhere.
Portugal.
It's global.
Yeah.
Brazil, everywhere, bro.
Well, blame Canada.
Canada, the same thing's happening with the news. No, they're not making Canadian news available on Google.
Well,
You can't
that's
search it anymore?
Because they want them to pay for sending us the news.
What?
Because they don't pay our outlets for using the news on their site. So Trudeau wants them to pay, or they can't show it to us. So Google's like, all right, we just won't show it to you. Yeah,
So how are we supposed to find the news?
other outlets.
Like
There's
TV?
tons of other ways you can find the
like
news.
TV,
but-
are you saying? Or
No, like you
I'm
can go on.
confused.
So like the news tab on Google,
Yeah.
I believe is the thing that they're taking away.
Oh.
So like when you go to Google and there's a news tab and you click there, I think that would take away the Canadian outlets or something like that. You'd just be left with like American outlets essentially, unless they're gonna pay the Canadian outlets.
Oh.
Yeah,
Pay
'Cause
the
I think they're
Canadian
paying-
outlets.
I think they're
for
paying
Canadian
American
news.
outlets. I think they pay American outlets for American news, but they're not paying Canadian outlets for Canadian news.
So why are so many people upset with this?
Well, because it's especially if you don't have the full information, it looks really like China-ish
Yeah.
in terms of like Trudeau, especially Trudeau and his admiration for China and certain moves that he does that are like very leading towards that type of dictatorship.
Communist Canada.
Yeah, like people are not keen to it, and they just don't like that guy. Period. Anything that he does, which I don't blame him. He's
And I guess they're just trying to find another.
I
way to
really
say
believe
it's a
that guy.
conspiracy theorist.
I really believe that guy.
You really believed him?
Yeah, believed in him when he first got elected.
Who, Justin Castro?
Yeah, I really believed him when he first got elected. I was like, yeah, man, this guy sounds like he cares, bro.
Man, he's
But now-
legalizing weed. He got smart vote.
He wasn't even legalizing weed them times. He was just like,
No, he said that was one of his main things.
Was it?
Like, I'm pushing to make sure Canada has a legalized platform for care.
but that's not even a good thing.
It's
Like
terrible
the
now.
gray area we were in was perfect, where
so
we had
bad
weed
now.
shops, we had comedy clubs where you could smoke weed and shit. Like,
Well, there's a new loophole now. It's like the native dispensary.
What does that mean?
you say you're a native dispensary.
You're on my
And
land.
now you're on-
sovereign land. This is
Yo.
grown on our reserves. You are not.
That's
So-
kind of sexy.
You know, Parkdale has 2 new 24-hour native dispensaries
Wow.
that have native pricing. So you can get like $10 after
24 hour.
24
Now
hours.
I know where to go.
Nonstop.
Jesus Christ.
and
Wait,
and,
3 a.m.
they have their
times.
whole
I
they
need
have the
some
whole
weed.
spiel. You walk in and it says this, this store, all the products here are grown on native land. Da, 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 da. This store is on native land here in
Wow.
Parkdale or whatever it may be. Like,
Well, everything's on native land.
And- but
technically,
it's
so that's
also-
the loophole.
it's native land, and also
All you gotta do
we're
is find
paying
a
off the
tribe.
police too. They're not. They don't say that, but if cafe can exist
Yeah.
in this city till this day, while all these people are paying legal fees and whatnot to sell government weed, and cafe is still flourishing, multiple locations in the city, obviously they're paying the police to stay open. So
But why do you say that if there's tons of places that don't sell government weed that are dispensaries in the city?
that's what I'm saying. It's paying off the police.
All of them?
Payola?
All of them.
That's gangsta.
All of them.
It's a good time to become a cop, guys.
So as smokers, can you guys tell me something? 'Cause
As
I
an
never really,
ex-smoker,
Oh, for
I never
now.
really understood. Congrats.
Like what?
I feel like smokers need to smoke a lot, and I kind of don't get it. Like I understand,
Marlon.
like you like it, like recreationally, but I feel like the ratio compared to like drinkers who drink, I feel like smokers smoke a lot more than drinkers drink.
Well, because it's completely different in terms of experience. Like drinking, you can't drink all day, right? Like it would literally, you'd die. You can smoke forever and you'd be fine, right?
you can get alcohol poisoning, but I mean, obviously you could suffocate when you're in a room.
Weed
hot
poisoning
boxed.
takes a lot.
Yeah, it'll take a lot. When they used to do the tests on monkeys and say, "Oh, weed will damage your brain," they were literally stuffing gas masks in their face and puffing gas for 24 hours until their brains would go psycho, and then be like,
Yeah.
"See, look, it fucks them up." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Who's gas masking weed, dog?" Like,
For 24
chill,
hours.
For 24 hours straight?
Yeah.
Nah. But I think about this: when you're drinking at a bar, $16 a drink. Maybe it's a beer, $10 a drink plus tip, whatever. You're still gonna spend $15 to $20 on one drink. Guys will drink 5 to 6 drinks and then be like, "Yo, you want a drink?" Boom, buy that person a drink.
Yep.
You're spending $300 at a bar.
I spent $50
spend-
on an ounce and I'm in the club smoking.
You know, it's a lot cheaper.
Feels
right?
better.
It feels better. It doesn't. You don't wake up with hangovers.
I'm not impaired. I'm
there-
not out of my mind.
There's residual effects, but you're not dead the next day. You're not feeling like, "Oh, my head." You're just like, "Oh, I should
and
sleep some
sometimes
more."
I feel
you
like
know?
when do you normally see weed smokers? When you're out, right?
Well, if your friends are weed smokers, then no. Because I kind of know, because what I was saying was, like, I feel like weed smokers, well, some of them at least, I feel like the heavy weed smokers that I know, I feel like they need to smoke to do anything.
Yeah.
And that's what I kind of don't
That's-
get. It's
yeah.
like you wake
There are
up,
people
you
that
have to
fall
smoke.
into that.
You
Before
have
you
to
eat,
smoke
you have to
first.
smoke. If we're going out, you have to smoke. But when we're out, you have to smoke. We come
Yeah.
back, you have to smoke. Before you go to sleep, you have to smoke.
It's a
And, like, there's
habitual
no
thing.
way that this is...
It's kind of
Good
like
for you.
cigarettes.
The only time I and have to is like a heavy where I don't have to, but I prefer to smoke is after a meal, not before. I don't like. Some people need to smoke to eat. Some people need to smoke to sleep. Those people are fucked.
Guilty.
They're gone off the deep end. You're gone too far. Once
And it's like you're
it depends on
sneaking
dependable.
weed under your balls into the parties, and you're,
That I
you're getting
understand.
mad. No, but the thing that I don't understand is when people get mad that they can't smoke somewhere.
I completely understand.
But
Why
this-
can't
but-
I smoke somewhere?
This
It's
is
not a
just,
cigarette. It's not secondhand smoke. You're not harming anybody.
But this is just the rule of this place.
You're not getting cancer though. Why is it the rule of this place? Cigarettes, completely understand. Secondhand weed smoke doesn't lead to anything.
Yeah, but it's
It
also
still
kind
does.
of annoying. Regardless, like,
You know
it's
what's
not
annoying?
really
Drunk
considerate.
people, and I still
not
gotta
really
stand around y'all niggas.
But you don't drink much, right?
Wait, now no,
No, you don't. But you used
But
to
before I've
be a
drank.
drinker before.
Yeah.
Like you're not a smoker at all.
no.
If I'm sober, that's annoying to me. See what I'm saying? Everybody
how do
has
you-
an annoying thing. If I'm sober in the club and everybody's getting shit faced, I hate you niggas.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
I
want
just
to
feel
talk
like
to
I just
nobody.
feel like the tolerance is different.
Like-
Like you know those rappers or just people in general who they'll get in a car like a black truck or something, and the guy tells them, "Yo, don't smoke in here," and they're tweaking that they can't smoke in the car on the way
Yeah.
to the venue. If I feel like drinkers, if you cracked open a bottle and they're like, "Can you please not drink?" I feel like the drinkers would more
drinkers
likely
do the same thing, bro.
But I feel like the drinkers would more likely
drinkers
be-
put it into a different bottle so they can drink.
No,
they
I-
do all types of stuff.
I think there's
the
a valid point
smokers-
with everything you're saying because, you know, my boy has a crew called Spoiled Smokers, and it's true. Like they're those are the guys that'll just light up in the club, even when you know it's not right. You're not supposed to do it. They'll light up anywhere. Loud challenge guys. You know, they're like, I'm on a plane. Loud challenge. Yes, there are ignorant smokers that don't give a fuck. They just want to smoke and do as they please. But then there's also the respectful smokers that'll smoke when they're supposed to, or I'll take a vape instead of smoking because I don't want to stink in
Buy
front of
a
my
pen,
kids, or you
yeah.
know, there's different
I get
types
that.
of smokers,
Yeah.
right? But then the ones that you speak of are a very specific crowd of people that
Entitled.
I also identify as at some point. I'm that guy. Like when I choose a person I'm gonna go on road with to comedy shows, I'm like, I better be able to smoke in your car.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't want to go with you. We're getting paid, man. Let's do these shows. But if you won't let me smoke in your car, I'm sorry. I'm gonna choose someone else. That's the determining factor for me. Or even like,
But it goes right back to the food and clothing and culture thing. It's just like what you are accustomed to. So why
Yes.
wouldn't you go with who you're accustomed to? If
Exactly.
somebody smokes, you'd
I get
rather
that.
go with someone that smokes than someone that doesn't, because it feels rude, even if that person says, yeah, you can smoke.
Yeah.
If Alicia says we're going on a road trip and I said, can I smoke in your car? And I know Alicia doesn't like smoking, but she still is a nice person. She's like, yeah, I understand you need to smoke. I'll let you smoke.
Yeah.
That whole time smoking, I'm feeling horrible.
I get it.
Like, I don't feel good that I'm smoking around you.
That's why I would say no.
But
I would
that's
be like no.
That's what I'm saying. But
We can
like,
make a
if we're
pit
in an
stop and-
establishment,
we'll stand outside and
if
smoke.
we're in
Yeah.
an establishment, and I see no reason why you can tell me I shouldn't smoke. Like,
But
I
the-
really
I kind
don't.
of see the
But
difference
it's-
because like it's more like you
It
can
is
drink
inconsiderate.
inconspicuously. Like I could go like this and take a shot, but if you're smoking and like
It's
People have
everywhere.
smokes in the
flasks,
air and I
put
can
it in a
smell it
purse.
and I can
Yeah.
No, now if you
No,
took
That's
okay,
why
listen,
I buy a
listen.
pen.
I do not like smokers in the club, and especially when it's like obsessive, is because it starts to bother people. Like if somebody has asthma, like they can start being bothered by it. It bothers my nose. If it's too much, it starts bothering my nose and my eyes. If it's too much, I start losing my voice, and I'm not even smoking. Like
Okay.
And
when
you
I
can
went
get
to
secondhand
Empire,
high and
when I
things.
went
Sounds
to
like some
Empire Supper Club or whatever it's called,
Yes.
and everybody was fucking smoking in there, I started losing my voice just because everybody else was like smoking, and it was so much.
You
to
didn't
me.
call me? That sounds like my type of party.
No, I feel you. I feel you though. That's the worst when you're in the club and you're with a bunch of smokers and then your throat
So
starts
move.
to itch. And
So
move
move.
where? The whole club is filled
Yeah,
with
everywhere.
smoke.
Let's go.
There's
This is my
nowhere
type
to
of-
move.
Why aren't you guys inviting me to these parties?
Like you can't.
I just told you, Empire Supper
can't
Club
get-
on Saturday.
You can't get second. You can't get secondhand drunk from me drinking. If I'm in this car with
But
you,
I
and
can
you guys
get
are smoking,
secondhand annoyed.
Yeah, you can get, but see,
I
on
think
the
that's
flip
way
side-
worse.
But then, but
if
then
you're
that
getting annoyed by weed
also-
smoke, what about when people get drunk and step on your shoes?
This is my
or
point.
vomit on your
Listen.
shirt?
Take your
or, like,
hat off. A white
do
girl
all
takes her
these
hat
things.
off, starts
There-
doing the 50 Cent.
Okay, but then it's like not every person is like that. Not every person gets annoyingly drunk. Not every person is throwing
Not everybody's
up
smoking.
on. if they're smoking, you're smoking. Everybody can get impacted
not
by that one person
everybody's
smoking because it travels and it goes and it can
Yeah.
hit multiple people.
I think
if
it's a
one
difference
person
like being
who's
high. Like if you just want to get high and doing like an edible or like you said a pen or something. I think
I
that's
usually
different
take
from
pens when I go to,
actually
like,
rolling
concerts,
and
yeah.
smoking in front of people.
and then
I
they be
don't-
blowing in people's faces, and then like I gotta go home
And
and,
now
I gotta
all my clothes
my
smell
hair,
like weed and
my fucking hair is.
I feel
fixing
like
my
when you're going
hair.
to the club, you got to factor in weed. Come
do.
on.
I don't complain.
It's the club.
Yeah.
Are we looking for morality in the club? The human zoo? Like, come on, guys. If you're
human
going
zoo
to
is
the club,
hilarious.
that is a risk you have run. That
Yeah.
people will smoke in the club.
I don't mind it. I just notice it.
It differs me from going to like certain places. I won't want to go there because I'm like, I don't really want to feel
That's
Do
fair.
you
this
guys-
way.
Have you guys ever? Do you guys remember that old commercial of this man just talking about how much he loved his wife, and he's like, I'm a 50-year smoker. My wife never smoked. She was the love of my life. I've loved her to death, and she died of lung cancer. And then it's still him like smoking like. My smoking killed the love of my life.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah,
just
from
so
secondhand
sad. From
smoke.
secondhand smoke.
Yeah.
So like there came a point in my life, like right now especially, where I said I'm not gonna smoke because I was so spoiled and I just wanted to smoke whenever I wanted. I'd be smoking even when Diana was around, and I'm just like, and I know she's got bronchitis, but I'm still like, just go in the other room, man. Like, but now I'm like, nah, man. I don't want to be that guy that's like, oh man, I just wanted to smoke. Like I could easily walk down the stairs and smoke outside, but I'm like, but I just want to smoke in the comfort of inside, and I pay for rent. This is what I pay rent for, so I can smoke comfortably. But when it becomes a thing where it's inconsiderate to a lot of people, then eventually I have to say,
That's why I
check
convert
myself,
all my
you know?
girlfriends.
I feel like smokers don't accept
convert all
I feel-
my girlfriends.
I feel like smokers don't accept their addictions.
It is an
They
addiction.
swear-
No, we
they swear
accept
that-
it.
fucking
We accept it.
addiction.
But I feel like a
man.
majority don't. They're like, nah,
No,
I can just
Because-
stop
no,
smoking.
it's not.
because weed smoking-
Drinking is this, and it's like, okay, I get that.
For years,
Nobody
we've
said
been
that
told
drinking is good.
marijuana is not addicting, but
Yeah.
it is addicting.
I don't
And
think
It is.
marijuana in itself is addicting, and that's what where the disconnect is. The action is
the
addicting.
action, but then also
Because
maybe
it's
the
how-
oral fixation.
Yeah, it's not even just that, because we talked about this before, where I think smoking for a lot of people is low-key meditation. Because when you think about the breathing, you're inhaling deep, you're exhaling deep for like 20 to 30 minutes almost sometimes. If you smoke, especially if you're smoking by yourself, you're just inhaling and exhaling deeper than you would normally. It's a meditative thing that I think people don't like. They don't detach the two and look at it that way. It's just one action as like, I'm smoking. But the addictiveness is not in weed itself. Because, for example, if I go on vacation and if I don't look for weed, I don't ask
I
people
feel like a
for
majority
weed.
of smokers look for weed.
A lot
on
of- no, I know-
vacation.
I know a
And
lot of
that's
people
how you
do.
end up getting extorted in Mexico by the police. Like someone in this, someone in this room recently did. We're not gonna name any names.
Oh wow.
Spades! Oh no! But that's why I don't do it, right?
We're not
because of
gonna
stuff
name
like
any
that.
names.
Everybody knows it's Batus to his bedroom. No, come on, man. But my thing is, what I was saying is, like, if I go on vacation, I'm not asking for it. I'm not doing anything, and I feel perfectly fine. Like, I'm not feeding for it. I'm not thinking about it every second. None of that. But when it comes to the action, I miss the action of like sitting by myself,
The association.
with my thoughts, with my music, just chilling out. It's more of a meditative thing. It's not like I'm just getting high and like laughing for 15 hours or something. It's none of that shit. Like, I think people look at it that way because of the movies and all that stuff, but it's more of a meditative thing. It's a relaxing thing.
It's
for
the
me.
ritualistic thing. It's the association to other things. It's the habitual thing. It's those things to me. It's habitual.
social aspect.
It's a social aspect.
Me and my
It's
girl, if we're-
associated to so many things.
Yeah.
That, you know. So yeah, I was the type that like everywhere I'd go, I would try and find. Even in Taiwan, when I was already going to jail for this shit, I was still finding ways to get weed and put myself in danger, and I was willing to risk everything for my stupid addiction. And I'll be the first person to admit, like, I know how stupid it was, but I was willing to fuck my life up over it. And I was cool with it. And people can be like, you're so stupid. I'm like, I know. but just let me do what I choose, okay? I don't tell you what to do. Sometimes I think marriage is stupid. And I'm not
didn't
telling
tell
you, don't
not
get
to
married.
Yeah.
Marry, go, do your thing.
There's so many different addictions
You know?
in this world that are literally unhealthy and common practices.
Yeah.
Yo, you
You know what
eat
I mean?
McDonald's 3 times a week.
The morality
You know
of
what I'm
people
saying?
when it comes to things like this is where it gets murky for me because I'm like, listen, you have your thing. This is mine.
This
My
is
sis-
mine.
You could just see mine.
My
I
sister
can't-
has addiction to ice caps. She like can't go a day without one.
Ice caps. What are ice caps?
Tim Hortons.
Ice caps from Tim
Ice
Hortons.
cappuccinos.
That's crazy. Yeah,
She'll have
that's
multiple.
Like the coffee. I feel like coffee.
She'll have multiple
caffeine
sometimes, but she
people-
won't have coffee. She won't have like actual coffee. She'll just drink the
specifically ice caps.
ice caps.
She drinks
Like-
she drinks 3 Big Macs a day.
That's
Nah,
crazy.
there's more.
Pretty much.
There's more calories and unhealthy
That's what.
shit.
That's
in
what
an
I
ice
try to
cap
tell her.
than
She'd
there
be
is in
like,
a Big
"Oh,
Mac."
I'm eating better,"
And
and
her
I'm like,
heart.
"Bro, you keep drinking ice caps. Like that's a problem.
It's not good
you know
for
what
her
I mean?
heart either. Yeah,
Nope.
no.
Diet-
One thing I
Diabetes.
will say about
Yeah.
smokers though that I do rate is smokers pressure less than drinkers. Like if I'm around my friends that smoke, they're never trying to get me to smoke.
Yeah.
Or if I say I don't want to, they're not gonna be like, "What? Why are you?"
There's a
That's
bigger
a lie.
commitment.
Why don't you-
There's
Every
a bigger
time I'm
commitment
around them
with,
and they're smoking, they always try to get me to smoke.
But if you were to go out
here-
at
But if you
one
say
night,
no-
if you were to go out,
But if you say
for
no, they're
example,
gonna allow you.
say for example, you broke up with
That's real, though.
You
That's
broke
real.
up with Goldie Cox,
Yeah.
and you go out with the girls,
Wait, huh?
right? That's his nickname. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Long
That's her-
story.
that's her baby daddy.
You go out with the girls, right? And it's Alicia's single again. You're in your freakum dress, and they're like, shots, and you say no. What's more pressure? Us being like, yo, Alicia, or them telling you to drink that night?
It would be them because I drank before.
But that's my thing.
Like almost
everybody
I've
drinks.
never, no, but I've never smoked in my life, so
Yeah.
I can easily say no to you guys.
Yeah.
because I've never done it. I don't know how it feels. I don't even know how I'd react. Like that's not.
Maybe that's
something
why, because you've done it before.
with drinking, it's easier for me to be like, okay, fine, because I've already done it.
Yeah.
And I know that like taking 1-2 shots isn't really going to do anything for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
We peer pressure you because we just want to see you smoke weed.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
actually
But like even
want
my
you to be
other
addicted
friend,
like I am.
even
or
my
I
other
was.
friend, he does the same thing too. You know, he constantly to this day, we've known each other since we were 14.
Yeah.
He constantly says like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you to smoke one day," and like he'll pretend to like pass it to me and all that shit.
Honestly.
And it's the same. It's the same shit. They're always telling me to do that. You know.
Honestly, I only do that to people I feel like it would help.
Yeah. So you
I
feel like
swear
it
to
would
you.
help me.
I feel like it would help you just because I know like a lot of overthinkers. I know a lot of people that have started smoking weed
Yeah.
and completely like not completely changed. It's not like some 180 overnight type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it does help you think about things. Like I can't explain why, but it does help you think of things outside of the box. And especially if you don't abuse it. Like smoking 3-4 times a day, that's not gonna do it. But if you smoke like 1 or 2 spliffs a week, you'll have some pretty transcendent experiences, especially if you're alone, just like thinking. I can't explain how or why. Like for example,
I'll
my girl's had bangs for damn near her whole life, right? She was known as the girl with bangs. Like if you were like, yo, you know that girl with the bangs? Oh, okay, cool. Never changed her hair. Never saw a problem with changing her hair. She started smoking weed, and she's like, literally, like, I got high one night, and I decided, like, I'm gonna change my hair. And now she looks back at those pictures, and she's disgusted.
Well, I mean, I randomly cut off my hair and got my nose pierced twice on top of my other one. Like, I don't have a problem with thoughts. I think too much. I like
That's my point. She thinks too much as well.
I
And
think
the
a
weed
lot.
helped her, like, it helps you like just sit down and think one thing at a time. Less thinking of like 20 different things at once. Like really sit down with one thought at a time and sort it out. If that makes sense.
But I'll also say it makes you think of one thing one at a time in specific situations. There's other situations where you will trip out and get paranoid or start overthinking things too.
Yeah.
There's 2 sides to it. But once you start to have a proper relationship with it and you know how to use it to your benefit, then it could be a really, really good thing. Like people that just drink occasionally so they're a bit looser when they're talking at parties,
Yeah.
schmoozing situations. But once you start using it excessively, just like anything that's in excess,
Depending on it.
it becomes a detriment.
Like
right?
the people who needed to eat and smoke and all that
do it
stuff. Like
everywhere.
once you make that your ritual and a habit, then that's what your body and you know. You know what I mean? Like I've never made smoking. I need to smoke before I eat. Like if once you get into that mindset, even for just 2 weeks, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over for you. I've never looked at weed as I need this to do anything. I can fall asleep like that anywhere, anytime. That stuff is not. Once you get into that territory, that's when it gets dangerous, I think. And that's when you're abusing it.
Wifey told me, like, I'll smoke once in a while because smoking makes me horny. I'm just like, yo, come on, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, no, not all the time, So like once in a while she'll do just to like switch it up. I'm like, cool, all right, we're gonna have, I'm gonna eat you out with pasties. Like,
Pasty, pom pom pasties. Oh man,
pasties, okay.
that was a great
I just
episode.
wouldn't want it to like impact me in a negative way because I do have like mental health issues, So
and that's the thing.
I just
it's
don't
chemicals.
know how it would react
to it.
me.
Yeah,
And I don't think it reacts to my body
the only
either.
you don't need to. There's not only one way to take it as well, right? Like you can drink it in a tea, you can have edibles, you can use a pen, like
Topicals.
There's
not
so
even
many
for
different ways.
Getting high, just
Yeah.
for your skin.
I did an edible for the first time, like ever recently, because I don't smoke. Because I don't
And you
smoke.
don't smoke.
I don't
bro.
smoke.
Jesus
Like
Christ.
I probably smoke maybe once a year, and every time I do, I remember why I don't smoke because I don't like it. But I tried it, and the edible to me, it didn't feel as harsh. As, maybe it was like a small.
They probably didn't put
Dosage?
that. Just like the Magnum, it's like it doesn't get evenly distributed. Yeah. So
Yeah,
some
it didn't
some
feel
pockets
as
of it are more.
crazy as if I actually smoked. Like I've never had
It's
a
crazier, trust me,
positive
if you-
experience smoking. Like I've never smoked ever and been like, I enjoy this or this feels nice.
Were you always with people?
Yeah.
Do you ever smoke? Have you ever tried smoking by yourself?
No.
That's
See,
why.
try
I've
that.
never bought
That's
weed
why.
in my life. I've never smoked
Right.
by myself. I don't think I would because it's like I don't, But
So
I feel
okay.
like I would
There's
be
no
more
need to.
comfortable with people.
If you could do this one day, just for the sake
content?
for content and just for like a social experiment, like, all right, we're going to see what kind of creative shit I can create off a toke and with nobody pressuring me around me, or no outer influence.
Just in your usual, normal, comfortable setting.
Yeah, affecting how I feel. Let me see what smoking is like alone. And I know so many people that can't smoke around people, but when they're by
Yeah.
themselves, that's the only
That's the
time
only
they
time
do
they
it
smoke, yeah.
because they know that they'll get paranoid. So they put themselves in situations where it's ideal, as
Yeah.
opposed to like I'll smoke anywhere. But then it came to a point where like, okay, yeah, I'll smoke anywhere. I used to be able to handle it, but now like I didn't care if I got mute back in the day. I'd be so quiet, I'm like, oh, I'm fucking high. But now when I'm driving, once again, like with another comic to another show, we're driving for 4 or 5 hours. I'm like, I should be talking. I can't just sit there in the front and be like, I'm sorry, bro, I'm too high. Like, no,
I feel for us, especially like I think about that for us with comedy.
Yeah.
We need to have discussions and meet different types of people, and like weed will really keep you to
you-
yourself.
Yeah.
Because you don't feel like you need to do any of that. Like all these you need to do rules, you start looking at them like, why do I need to do that?
I get really antisocial if I smoke.
Yeah.
I remember we were at like a party once and I smoked and I'm like, this is the worst. I'm having the worst experience of my life.
Yeah,
Like,
see, I'm
I
already,
need to go
like-
home.
See, but this is for
I'm
me.
already
It's
kinda
different.
antisocial.
For me, it's
Yeah,
like I'm
I know.
antisocial, but I'm having a great time by myself. Like I'd rather be with my people, my circle, than to be talking to this person, that person, because that's also draining. For me, my social battery it's quick. It's very quick to get depleted. So, and a lot of times, my problem is people don't want to have any like type of fruitful conversation. It's like
Small talk.
business. I have this business, some small talk. Oh, how you been? Like the shell questions. Like it's never a real conversation. So it's like, why am I trying to compete in this Olympics of conversations anyways? If people aren't gonna even have like decent conversations. It's always just the same script.
Surface level stuff.
Yeah, just the same script and very surface level. I only have those certain conversations with people I really fuck with anyways. And then with that, if I'm high or not, it doesn't matter. I'm indulging in conversation because I fuck with you.
I used to drink so I could be better in social situations, and it becomes that liquid confidence.
Yeah.
But then, because I think naturally, I don't like you. I don't care to indulge in whatever conversation if there's no substance. I'm like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
So smoking weed for me was being okay with not caring to talk to
Facts.
you. I'm like, I'm not
Facts.
drinking so I can talk to you. I'm smoking so I don't care and feel
care.
the pressure to have to talk to you. So I'm gonna go outside while all you guys are dancing in the club, and I'll just smoke and talk to whoever's coming out for a smoke break.
Also,
I'm not gonna
it's
talk
also kinda
inside
like
and
Twitter.
scream in your ear.
It's kind of like Twitter or any other social app. It's a time filler as well. Like there's some times where like you get somewhere, you're at a gig a little early, or like there's a gap in between time, and you're just outside smoking. Now you end up having a conversation with another comic or somebody else, and like it's just a social thing, social time filler. That's how I look at it. So
That's how you know the club sucks. If
it
you're
does.
if you're not smoking, you're not drinking. Like, have you ever been sober at the club and just looked around and you're like,
Yes.
you guys, there's
Dog.
no way you guys enjoy this.
It's a human zoo. That's what I
It's
call
so
it.
terrible.
A human zoo, bro. Because you can watch and see every single type of person. The shy person, the confident person, the too confident person, the drunk one, the annoying white girl that was wearing no shoes, the guy that's dancing by himself and everyone's creeped out by, the goons. Like, it's always the same characters. I've been in the club. I used to promote 3-4 times a night. And every club was the same thing. Like, it's almost the damn near the same script. You think you're in the Truman Show. Like,
You think there could ever be a successful sober Saturdays show or something like sober Sundays, and everybody goes
That'd
to
be an
cold
interesting
turkey instead
angle.
of cold tea?
that would be an interesting.
Welcome
That'd
to
be an
cold turkey.
interesting.
I think the music would have to be on
Point.
I don't think
point,
so. I don't
and
think
I
so.
think the people would have to be like,
I don't think so.
No, you know what?
I think
there
the
had to be
people-
really good food. You need really good food.
You need food, some
And
finger food
good
at the very
people.
least. But you need the people that are coming to that to prove a point. I don't think you need good music. If I'm coming to a sober party that's been promoted as a sober party and only sober people are going there, and that's not a usual thing. I'm gonna go there and I'm a rep for the sober people. Like this, you're repping now. It's not even necessarily because it's not people who normally get drunk or normally smoke weed that are like, yeah, I'm gonna go there and try it out. No, these are people who are actually sober, who are tired of going to those other places,
Who want to be
and
around
who want to
the
be around
people-
like-minded sober people. And now they're gonna rep for sober people and turn up and show you, oh, I don't need alcohol. I don't need this and that. It would probably be a harder party, to be honest.
No, imagine it's not actually for sober people. It's just like, no, this is just a health break for you guys. This is the party where like you could actually be healthy and still have healthy
We're
social
drinking
situations.
juice.
Like, it's
cold
one of-
pressed
it's
juice.
one of those
all
parties-
party would be
mocktails.
ass.
word. It's one of those
No,
parties
not
where
even
there's
that,
no
just
there's
juice,
no
like-
re-entry. But
Yeah.
they didn't tell you that there's no bar. The bar is closed. So if you
That
leave,
party would be
you
ass.
wasted your money.
That
No,
party
and,
would be
and then
ass.
and they'd have an oxygen bar, but instead of hookah or fucking spliffs, it's like, no, you just take a hit of oxygen. It'll wake your ass
You
up.
guys
like an
underestimate
IV.
Vitamin
people.
drip.
Vitamin drips, you know what I'm saying?
I would go.
Yo, that'd be great.
Yeah.
At the end of that's the one party you would leave
Smoothie bar?
more
Party
healthy.
sounds
Yeah.
ass.
No, that's the one party you
I'm gonna
leave
plan it. I'm gonna
feeling
plan
more
it. You
healthier
can
than
host.
did
You
going
can
in.
host.
sounds ass.
No, I'm gonna start a sober party where you leave healthier than you did the moment
When
you
you
got
came.
in there.
I'm telling you,
Come
all
on,
you
man.
need-
Call it body break.
Participation, and it's gonna be hosted
Body
by
break.
Joanne McLeod and Hal Johnson and Joanne
Johnson and
McLeod.
Joanne McLeod.
Bro, I'm telling you, you could get that to work. All you need is just some rich dudes or some athletes to say they're going. All the Instagram shorties are pulling up.
I'll tell you
taking
guys where there's a
videos.
flaw in
Right?
your plan.
Yeah.
I'll show you guys where this will never work. You ready? Where are you guys getting the money for the bar? How is the venue
There's
making
no bar.
any money? How's the
at the
venue
door.
making any money?
There's
At the
other
door.
venues.
That's
There's,
your money.
there's other venues that you can go to.
You rent
though.
the venue. You paid for the venue.
No, yeah.
With
well,
what?
There, look, Hassan fills.
The venue has to-
Hassan fills.
Yeah.
Does comedy shows with zero alcohol.
See,
sells
but
it the
that's a
fuck out.
comedy show.
It's a comedy show.
I'm talking about. We're talking about a party here.
Yes.
Well, I'll
If
still
the
throw
DJ
a comedy.
is booming enough and the food is booming enough,
Yeah.
It could work.
Okay.
There's other.
How is
What
the
is
venue making money? Is what I'm
read
asking.
Because you
Second.
pay. You can
Second.
pay.
You rented it like a
When
banquet
You guys
hall.
are
Listen,
losing money. You guys
listen.
know this.
No.
I
The
hope you guys
last-
know this.
The
Bro.
last brunch that I threw, I worked on a partnership, but I did pay the venue like less money than what they usually. They didn't make any extra money. They were fine with it. They got that. Everything else
What's
went
cap
to
at
me.
the venue? Like capacity.
Oh, with that one was maybe like 70 something or
That's why it
100.
doesn't
Or no,
matter.
just do it like they
That's
do
why
at
it
galas.
doesn't matter.
Just do like they do at all those galas. And the
If you
tickets
have
are
a
like
venue where it's a
$100.
300,
What is it?
400
Galas
person
what?
venue,
Like,
you
you know
have
when
to make money for the venue.
Like, you know when you go to the
No,
galas
you'll
and the galas
pay.
are like $100 a ticket?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
can work if it's something
exactly.
like that.
but paying
Because-
for a venue that can hold 70 to 100 people is vastly different than paying for a venue.
No,
That,
okay.
No,
so
you're acting like
listen,
you can just
listen.
charge a bigger
There's-
ticket. You know, just charge more for the ticket.
There is
Simple as
actually
that.
something that happens regularly. It's like a yoga in the dark dance party vibes. So you go, you do yoga, all that stuff in the dark. So they give you like glow sticks and shit like that. And then after you guys do your whole yoga meditation shit, you have a dance party there.
After
and
you're
that,
sweating in the spandex in the dark?
yes, you keep sweating with a dance party.
Yeah.
And it sells out all the time. And it's hundreds of people who do that. There's no alcohol
I feel like
there.
I can
So-
They
assume
just
the
have
demographic of
health
people.
shit.
yeah, like that's,
but all that
come on.
exactly. Like when I'm in Trinidad during carnival season, there's always like these one or two events where it's family friendly. It's a day fete, but then it's like a soca.
I don't want no kids around.
Hold on. Okay, let's say the ones
You guys
without.
keep moving the
so there's the
goalposts.
one
This is
without
crazy.
the kids. Okay, I just brought up the kids one just because whatever. So there's one without the kids, but it's a soca fete, a soca fit. Okay, because everybody's going here to
Yeah.
dance, get hype, but no one's drinking. It's all for
Is this
health.
outdoors?
It's outdoors,
Different.
and it's a full.
That's different.
But it's the same deal.
You guys are completely moving the goalposts. I keep
I'm talking.
bringing
Why,
it
why
back
do
to the
parties
same
have to
thing.
always be inside? This is a stadium.
No, but I'm just
They're paying for
referring
the
to
stadium.
that, but
They're
I'm
paying
just-
for the
I'm-
stadium,
I'm just
which is still
referring
the
to
same
that
thing.
type of
no,
party.
just wait. There's still a stadium that they gotta pay for. Okay, it costs money to pay for the stadium. They're selling tickets. All these people are coming with the right thing, with the same thing in mind. We're gonna work out. We're gonna sweat. We're gonna still walk and wine and juck and ting and da 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 da.
Yeah.
You know, we're still getting numbers at the end of the night. We're still probably gonna fuck one of the girls we meet or the dudes that we meet at this soca size fit event. Everyone's making money because the venue's still gonna find a way to charge a ticket price, even knowing that they're not gonna make money on alcohol. But guess what? They made money on water, Gatorade, all the other drinks that they could have also sold. And then they're also selling like, merch. There's plenty of ways to make money in these events. It just has to be. It's all within the mind of the customer.
I'm trying
right?
to
and
think
the
of the
people that
last
they're
time I
reaching
caught
out
a
to.
sober bubble. It's probably been a very long time.
A super bubble, man.
Sober bubble, yeah.
Funny.
Are you willing to do a Caravana
Sober
weekend?
bubble.
Oh, no chance. No, impossible.
I just love that we're like, when was
Like, when was the last time you
No, I'm really
bubbled
trying to think
sober?
about that.
On no substances.
I don't even know.
Me?
with a
when I-
stranger, not
with
your
a
girl
stranger?
or not with like somebody you're already with, but like a
was gonna say,
sober
when I
bubble
had to
on
be
a
in high
stranger.
I guess when I was pregnant,
I had to be in high school.
See,
but like
High
it
school
was
times.
with GC.
Probably, yeah.
Has to be
Probably
high
high
school.
school. Maybe, yeah. No, I was 19 when I first started drinking, so definitely high school.
It had to be high school.
I don't think I went to parties unless I was drinking at least one
Yeah,
drink.
one drink.
Yeah, if
That's
it's
crazy.
no drinks, you just did it. No, I probably did that at 21 still. I was broke.
listen, bro. if gospel parties can make money,
They drink wine, the body of Christ.
Nah,
The blood of
it's
Christ.
unfermented. It's
They're
just
not
straight.
bubbling
It's
at the
just
gospel
Welch's,
party.
bro.
Bubbling at the
They're not
gospel
bubbling at the
party.
gospel party.
Hey, no.
Bubbling to Kirk Franklin is crazy. That's insane.
GC, oh, you with me?
Oh yeah, that's crazy. That's a big tune. Yeah. You have anything coming up?
Anything that I can announce?
Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
know.
things you can announce. Flex on them.
Yeah, there's things in the works. I don't know what I can and can't say yet, but yes, we'll say yeah.
Big things coming. Road to a milli. Almost at a milli on TikTok.
Hopefully, I'm trying to hit a mill by the end of the summer.
I think
So
you can do it.
Hopefully that
I
happens.
think you can do it. Couple
Yeah.
more, one or two more viral tracks.
These days, I've been focused more on my ideas, like specifically making sure that I have really good ideas.
The Drake one is really taking off.
Yeah.
The things Drake won't let you do or something like that.
Yeah.
That's one thing I really, really wanted to know. Like, obviously, don't give out all your secrets, but like, as I sit there and watch your content, I'm like, yo, this man sat there, penned out a whole fucking verse, a whole song, singing harmonies, recorded it, went in the booth, did all that.
Sometimes made the
video,
beat.
made the beat. Like, you create a full production top to bottom on so many levels, from, once again, from the recording to the video to the editing to writing. And it's mainly the writing. You're writing great, thoughtful songs, okay? That are, fine, it's for comedic purposes and whatnot, but like, I'm like, no, you're actually dropping bars too, bro. And if you truly wanted to shift and say, you know what, I'm actually gonna take this seriously and write for people, I feel you could. But then you just do it.
I'm working on it.
He probably has.
I want, bro, just, like, there's one time I thought I saw your name on the fucking
Oh yeah.
I
I
get
get
Drake
tagged,
album.
bro. I get tagged,
and I'm just
so
like, yo,
much.
Tresor is killing it.
I get tagged so much
But
in
it
that.
wasn't you.
There's an Afrobeats artist named Tresor,
That's so funny.
and he's worked with Drake. But I get people. I was like, yo, I
This
saw
guy
you
came
the-
in losing his mind, bro.
Bro, I was so
I
happy
get
for
that
you
a lot.
because
I
I
get
was
that
like,
a
I
lot.
knew it. I knew he could transfer those skills to actual legit. Not to
But
say your
nah.
music's not legit,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like legitimate music that's not parody.
Yeah, nah,
You know?
but I definitely would do songwriting, and that's probably more the direction that I would go. When I drop music, it's more just because like people want me to, and at the end of the day, it works. Like I have a song with over 1 million streams,
Yeah.
like that people just don't really know, but that's regular, you know. But
The
I
ice
feel
cream
like-
wine song I hear everywhere.
yeah, that was a big, and that whole situation is crazy too. And it was kind of the same with Raptor Foot, but that was like way.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like that was ahead of its time.
It
but-
was. It was.
But you know,
foot.
because even that whole story, bro, that was crazy. I don't think I've ever like told the story, like the Raptor Foot story. So what happened was I saw the video on 6 Buzz of General Genius, you know, outside the stadium doing the Raptor Foot thing. And then Carissa, I feel like you know Carissa. Carissa messaged me. I probably still have the message. She's like, yo, you need to make like a full Raptor Foot like song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, like I'll try. Cause I was going to the Bahamas the next day because I was hosting S Trip.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I made the beat, recorded it, edited it, posted it. I went to sleep and I had a flight in the morning. So by the time I was at the airport, it was probably 9, 10 a.m. And like my phone's blowing and it's going, like the video's going up. Cause I made the full version at the same time. I kind of had a feeling that this one would go.
Yeah.
So I made the full version at the same time. So when I was at the airport, I had like a bunch of messages from this like account that I don't follow. So you know it's like in your request.
Requests,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And it was someone that was like, yo, I can't remember how they were related, but it was like, yo, I'm on General Genius is my uncle or my nephew, or it's like something he was related to someone. He's like, yo, you need to give like the credit for the video. And I was in my head, I was like, okay, cool. Like, I don't mind that because when I saw the video, I saw it on 6 Buzz. So I didn't know who it was, like to tag.
Yeah.
I'll always tag if I get inspiration for someone. So that wasn't an issue. So I think I threw it on SoundCloud that night and I posted the video. And the person's like, yo, you need to give us credit, whatever. But because it's in my requested, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
And they messaged me like 2-3 times. And every time they message me, they're getting more pissed. Like, yo, if you don't answer, we're going to take legal action and we're going to
my gosh.
tweaking.
Yeah.
And then by the time I saw it, I got an email that I had like a copyright strike
Infringement?
on
Raptor
SoundCloud.
Foot.
Yeah, for Raptor Foot. And I'm like, how is this possible?
How can they even
Yeah.
claim that?
That's
what label?
But that's the thing. No, but my thing was, how is this possible? Because there's no song. Like, it was just the video. There was no actual song.
Nice.
So what was getting copyright? So I was confused. But you know me, I'm cool. I'm like, my bad. I didn't see this. You're like, what would you guys like me to do? They're like, he's dropping his version. Link it in the caption of your video or something. Like, they were asking for a lot, but I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm cool.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, once you do that, like, we'll take off the strike. I'm like, all right, cool. whatever. Boom. Did it, tagged them, did everything.
Stabbed them
I
good.
came back, I was like, yo, so Wagwan. They're like, yeah, actually, you know, like, I think like we're gonna drop our video, so we can't take it. We can't, we're not gonna take it off. I'm like, bro, you guys aren't thinking, bro. Like, I feel like this is how you know who, because it wasn't him. Like, I met him and he's super nice. Like, it's cool. So I was like, whoever was representing him, I was like, bro, you guys aren't thinking. If he had a viral video, I made a viral song to the video on SoundCloud.
It's just gonna help the video.
All we had to do
Was
is just make an official version
together
with my version and put him on the song and drop it officially.
Yeah.
And it would have went up. But they're trying to war with me. So I'm just like, you know what? All right, whatever, cool.
Was it a
and
guy?
then people were, I think so. But then it was another girl who was like, another girl hit me and she's like, yeah, I'm his lawyer. So, and I was like, so can you just answer this question for me? Like, what was copyrighted because there was no song? They're like, yeah, but you took the lyrics from the video. I was like, okay, well, in the like best case scenario, wouldn't that be more of like a sample type of thing as opposed to a copyright? So I don't know how they got that off, but they got it off. I'm like, all right, cool. And people are hitting me like, yo, where's the song? And then I think they dropped their version, right? On SoundCloud. And it was snowballing off the people looking for mine.
For your song, yeah.
And it wasn't up there. So it was getting views, but I'm like, all right, whatever. Because mine was still on YouTube. And then like my version was still on Instagram. So when I was in the Bahamas, it started blowing. And DJs are asking me for it and everything. And I'm like, you know, and I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I hit TC. I'm like, yo, I emailed him the MP3. I'm like, yo, everyone that hits me, I'm going to copy the emails. I'm going to send it to you. Just send them the MP3.
Yeah.
So we were just sending hundreds and hundreds of MP3s.
That's crazy.
And people are sending me videos of them playing it in their car. And then that's how a lot of the DJs got it. So they started playing it in clubs and stuff. And then it really took off. And while I'm in the Bahamas, I'm getting emails. CBC wants to interview me. CB24 wants to interview me. Breakfast Television wants to interview me.
This is during the middle of the run.
It just so happened. Yeah, it was just good timing. That was when the Raptors were in the finals. So they were in the finals when I was in the Bahamas. And they're like, yeah, we want you to come into the studio. I'm like, bro, I'm not here.
That's
like,
crazy.
I'm not at home. And my mom was like, yo, like, do you want to come back? Like, I'll get you a flight to come back. And I just felt bad. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to make you drop $800 for me to just come
back and be on CP24.
Yeah,
no,
like like it's not worth it. But I feel like if I was around, that would have been crazy. So they were playing it in the arena. I think I did the CBC interview like over FaceTime. They were playing it in the arena, and then I came back the day before the parade. So I went to the parade. And they're playing it at the parade. And I'm just like in the crowd listening to it. Like, I feel like I should at least be on a float or something. Like, bro, that's put me on a float or something. I was like, damn. But people are coming up to me and like, it was a wild time. I just wish that I was here, like when they won and throughout that whole time. But that was a crazy.
Been able to capitalize.
Yeah, I definitely would have capped. And
if you know what you know,
my mind,
what you know now,
I would have capitalized on it way more.
Merch,
so what ended
all
up
types
happening
of stuff.
to Homie when their version? Like nothing, right?
The video is all that took off for them. The song never took off.
The song never really, I think he, like, his name got a bit more light, but like the song didn't take off like how it was.
They tried to bring it back the next year, and it
didn't work. Yeah, like his.
It was
like
more
that
organic
song
last
didn't
year.
Take because it was also like it wasn't an original song from what I remember. It was on like I can't remember what instrument, but it was like a rhythm. It was on a rhythm.
Yeah.
So I was like, it can only go so far.
Yeah.
We should have just made an official version.
Yeah.
We don't even have to change nothing because I produced the beat. We're good to go. Just hop on it and boom, we're out of here.
Some people just don't see a long-term vision, man.
Oh, it would have been
Fumbled the bag.
crazy, bro. It would have been
Fumbled the championship bag too.
It would have been so crazy. And also, I feel like even if back then, if I could have put that on DSPs, it would have went even farther.
TuneCore and all that stuff.
Yeah, because people only had it on MP3s or could search it on YouTube.
Sounds just like Bada Bada. This whole story, I'm just like, yep. Now I know those ones.
Yeah, but to me, I didn't really care because I knew for me, I'm like, yo, I did this once, I could do it again. Like,
Yeah,
it's not.
exactly,
I'm not really tripping. This was just a moment. It was cool. It would have been cool to capitalize on it more, but I'm not tripping, you know, because I could do it again. And
You've done it 50 billion times.
Yeah.
But man, thank you for coming through, bro.
No problem.
You're
Thank you
super
guys for
talented,
having me.
man. You continue to grow. We're all so proud of you. Everything we
Absolutely.
see happening. Obviously, with the podcast, you guys are growing as well, man. Continue pushing, bro.
thank
Continue
you.
pushing.
Shout out
can't-
Relentless Diaries.
Yeah, Relentless Diaries, and I can't wait to see you create content while high by yourself.
I don't know if that's. I want to see you try stand up once.
See, my thing with stand up is like,
It's scary. Yeah. No.
no, but that's not the thing. Like, I just literally have no urge in my body to
do
try
it?
it.
That's
like,
fine. It's not for everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's different
I feel
forms
like,
of
sure,
comedy.
Eventually, like, I'm open to trying it, but I have no. It's not like I want to try it and I'm scared. I literally have no urge.
It's
to try
probably
it
better
at
that
all.
you don't then.
Yeah,
Because you
like-
need that urge.
Yeah, like
Part of that urge
like,
It
it's
has
not
to be an
really-
obsession.
Yeah, it
Literally
has
an
to-
obsession.
I enjoy stand up. Like,
Yeah.
I watch it, but I've never said, "Yo, I want that to be me."
Nah, you need
Like,
that.
I never.
Yeah, you need that because if you don't have that, then doing it once or twice is not a true telling of how good your joke is.
But
So
the
it's
reason I like stand up is because I approach my content the same way, where it's almost like the way that jokes are created. It's almost like mathematical.
Oh yeah,
It is.
And I enjoy that
science.
whole process.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
In the same way you come up with your concept, then you're trying to find the words to like get to that end point, but still find a way to make it funny. It's just like finding your ways to get there, knowing the words that you have in your head. Bro, same
Yeah.
deal, man. It's
But I
very
feel like
similar.
a lot of stand up, like, I feel like it's natural. Like, you have like a natural thing about you, or just some people, I guess. It's kind of
Some
like
natural
it's kinda
ability
like
does
sports,
play a
right?
part.
Some people are naturally funny for
Yeah.
sure. Some people can go up there and just talk.
It's kind of
But,
like sports, where
it's-
it's like you
it's-
might have an edge just naturally, but you could work to be.
Some people are the best people make it look like it's natural,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say that over time of crafting your set, there's
Repetition.
there's very easy ways to make it look natural, like these things are just coming into your head at that
Or
moment.
also, if you're funny looking or have a funny voice, it helps.
Dave Chappelle's got a funny voice, and he used to be funny looking,
Like, I feel
and
like-
he's an incredible writer at the same
Like
time.
that
so-
guy Nav Green,
yeah, Nav's great.
he is hilarious. But I feel like his voice helps, and it helps that he's small and fat. Like,
There's certain accents that we're programmed to
That
accompanying funny to.
that South accent.
Southern accent, the Boston accent, the New York like Jewish accent. Like there's certain accents that we really gravitate towards it. And I think Jamaicans as well, like
100%.
patois.
Jamaican accent.
Patois is just so natural. It has such a funny cadence and
African
rhythm
accents,
to it.
Indian accents.
Yeah.
I get so mad
Hilarious.
when Theo Von says Filipino, because I'm like, when he's like Filipinos, I'm like, you
Sounds
make it
racist.
sounds way better. I wish Filipinos can say Filipino the way Southern
say
people
it?
say Filipino. We can't even say Filipinos the way everyone else says it. Like Filipino. Like, no, I love the way Theo Von says it, man.
If you guys want more comedy, July 19th, Comedy Bar, 9:30 p.m. We got 4 new comedians.
Extra gravy.
Norm's back, Extra Gravy Comedy. Make sure you guys hop on the link on our Instagram bio if you guys want tickets. $20 tickets, very cheap.
Very cheap.
Dope show. You got anything coming up?
I have Beyonce. That's what I have.
Beyonce is in Toronto this weekend. Is it this weekend?
Yes, this is
This weekend.
Don't go downtown.
I have Beyonce.
Yeah, I mean,
Stay away from.
there's gonna be a lot
that
of
the
silver
Scotiabank?
downtown.
Sky, Rogers Center.
Stay away
Even
from the
bigger,
ends.
even
And,
bigger.
and
Skydo.
she's having a Renaissance flagship store on
With new
Bloor
merch?
at Holt Run Foods, and it's going to be Toronto specific
Wow.
merch. But then
Why
also
Holt,
there's like,
though?
because she has a partnership with Balmain, sorry, or whatever. And they did a collab where they designed some pieces, so it's going to be sold at Holt's. And then they also have pieces from her tour in there. So it's kind of like a museum.
Nice.
If you've ever been to Vegas, like House of Lady Gaga or whatever, where it has her costumes, it's kind of like that.
House
they did
of
it
B.
in London. But she's doing it here, and then she's gonna have specific Toronto merch as well that she's selling. So exciting! Can't wait. But I'm also hosting Globaljam this weekend at Yonge and Dundas. It's a 3-on-3 basketball tournament.
Oh, that's back. Nice.
Pushed by Canada Basketball, and then like next week there's gonna be all the different games for like Team Canada, Puerto Rico, US, I don't know, some other teams. But I'm doing the 3-on-3 tournament this weekend. So I'll be Yonge and Dundas Square Friday, Saturday.
Sick. Windsor. I will be inside Windsor this Friday. This Friday I'll be hosting, I think it's Blanche Lounge. I think that's what it's called. We gonna have a good time, man. I haven't been to Windsor in years, so y'all niggas need to turn up.
Windsor used to be lit.
Listen, Windsor's a great party city. Great party city, man.
It's a university town.
Yeah,
man, you know,
and it's right.
and that's
right
where
near the border.
Blackberry used to be at. So you know,
Shout out to you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Marlon.
I'm Norm.
I'm Alicia.
And that was the Extra Gravy.
Skirt.
Bam, 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 bam.